Hello, 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 everybody. Did you miss us? We missed you. It's so good to see you again. How y'all doing out there? Hello. Oh, I'm fine.
It was we.
I was just thinking that.
Okay, I unmuted you straight away, you fucks.
No, I had a feeling you did, but it was
Hey, yeah,
more
we'll see.
about the like.
We're free.
It's the
Well,
like.
now.
Wait, I need to get the Bugs Bunny arms.
Oh, no.
Like him up. I'm gonna post in the shit post right away. Means that if people want to be able to see us posting,
Real shit time.
I can't think today. I'm sorry. Go
Oh
follow
my
the Discord
God.
that we're in. It's fun.
Will that actually
This is
still
how I
work?
am already.
It does, cool. Lovely, it's done that perfectly. Why is that open? I almost fell. Full. My brain doesn't quite work yet. No, what I did was knock something off the top of my air conditioner next to me, which at the moment is running as a fan, but you know. Did I go? I did go live with that. That's cool. I forgot to do the thing. God damn it.
There you go.
Yes, correct.
Just give me 1 second, Joe.
We're off to a great start.
Oh god. When did you dye your hair? I dyed it before PAX. Sparrow. I've almost got my second Gary map. Holy shit! Well done, lovely.
The cat needs to search the.
So that's what
nice,
you guys were
excellent.
joking about. Gyro mounts are the PvP mounts, I believe. And they're a pain in the ass to get, especially when there's not
Yeah, I
an
don't
event
have
on.
a single.
Hey,
I've been doing frontline though.
thank you for the sub, baby. Good evening, Dreamboats. There's 14 months, but it feels like a lifetime. Here's to forever. Cheers. 14 months?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
14 months.
Holy shit.
That's how many Final
That's like
Fantasies there are.
longer than I've been alive. I'm lying.
Oh my god, Sage, are you a baby?
I am a
Don't
baby. I am an
Oh.
infant.
No, that's
You
not
are
that's not cool,
The
man,
most
because
talented infant.
if you're an
This is
infant, what I've put you through in D&D has been
Yeah.
psychological abuse.
No, this is the
But you mean
survivors.
it hasn't otherwise?
No,
Sure.
that reminds me of when I was like doing one of my first ever like proper D&D like session, and I'd made an elf. He was called Sparrow. I loved him, little bean, and I didn't fully understand aging and like ages of like D&D characters.
Mm.
So I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he's like 20 something, and then my friend just turned to me and went, he's actual baby, and I was like, what do you mean?
Well-
Like, oh, like elves, like that's like child, like they are young, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
But I
The thing is, like,
Then you got a fake
it's
ID
weird.
that
It's
they
weird
didn't
for elves because, like, a 20-something-year-old elf more or less looks like a 20-something human. It's just
Yeah.
that because they live for hundreds of years, they aren't considered
Yeah.
an adult by elven standards until 100 or whatever.
Sorry, I just
But yeah,
needed
yes,
to tell
it
my
is-
sister
it is
something.
it is pretty funny that you can be a 90-year-old elf and be considered a child.
Yeah.
It was terrible because then they made me a fake ID, and it made it even worse because then it said my age was over 100, and I was like, oh, this poor guy.
I'm pretending to be 6 times my actual age right now.
For real. Now I'm careful. Like, okay, what is this? What are we doing?
So sorry about that. I just thought of something that I needed to tell my sister. As some of you know, she is helping me write Taeves. And I just remembered something that I'm like, hey, I need your help on this one little thing. That's not for this session, but it will be for the future. I just keep forgetting to ask her. So I had to do that right away because if I forgot again, I think she'd murder me.
Yeah, it's. Did you want me to make the party fight 5 ancient red dragons or 6?
Oh, God.
Well, I did say dungeons and indeed dragons every time I start
Yeah.
these things, and I've yet
But
to include a
indeed
dragon.
dragons.
But give me
Every time you
pressure.
say that, you summon an additional
swear-
dragon.
You
Yeah,
keep like taking the dragons out of the freezer to thaw out, and they keep not quite being ready yet.
You know why? It's because we keep missing that plot hook that summons them all at once.
Yeah. Oh.
Dolores Windfang redeemed hydration.
Ooh,
Wretch.
And
thank you, my dove. Hmm. No.
Dolores Windfang redeemed. Remember that you are a
Nick, you just
living
started drinking
creature.
water.
Yeah. Remember
I
to
appreciate
breathe.
love. I do
Oh, I
appreciate
could
it.
be so mean right now.
Why?
I would choose not to because then we will never get session started.
That's fair. That is
We've always
absolutely
gotta do a
fair.
little bit of like a little rap session before we actually start, you know. We're catching up with y'all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What was I going to say? There was something I was going to do. I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah, swap.
No, it wasn't, but I will do that now. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, my doves. This week, we are delighted to feature one of the friends of the channel, some lovely folk, our friends at Game Master Monday. Available everywhere you get podcasts, and if you're into brilliant content, amazing funny people, and episode endings that make your heart stutter, because mine just went in the last 2 minutes of their latest episode, so you really want to check that out. Check out their latest episode of Bella's Comet. If you go to my Twitter, you will see the link there. Oh god, I'm fine. As you might be able to hear in my voice, I'm a little bit sick today. And I'll stop playing with the microphone. But I'm feeling well enough to do this today. Anyway, but it might be a shorter session than normal. Just do want to check that everyone can hear the music that is currently playing from Syrinscape over the stream. And like the party sounds at about the same volume level as I do.
I am not the audience, but the music is not working.
Oh, of course, yep.
Syrinscape link.
Yes. Of course I can do that for you, my friend.
Joker is reminding Umber to use his items.
That is
Actually, we did pretty well last session with me. No, actually,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. You had to like remind me that I had something that I completely
Yeah.
I am afraid to go into the
Oh
shit
my
post. I can
God.
see that you guys have been
Don't.
shit posting,
Don't.
and I'm
Don't worry about
terrified.
it. Don't.
Oh,
Don't
no.
worry about it.
Gibby didn't like that.
Actually,
Just don't worry about it.
There's music. There should be. You sound quite a bit better, lovely. I'm so happy. I'm glad I sound better. I don't feel it. I feel like
See if I
death.
can hear it on.
Online control panel. Let's do that, shall we? Okay.
I can hear music on stream, but it's very quiet compared to our voices.
All right.
Probably fun.
I'll add that up. I'll make that a bit louder. It is now in resources. Do feel free to go and click that, and you should get it into this particular site. Whoa. Okay. Brain. Thank you. I did not need Twitch bandwidth test right now.
that's like when my computer does Avar smart scan while I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy, then kicks me off the server because of smart scan, and I'm like,
Like I didn't
can't
ask
use
for
that.
this.
Although since updating my card, it doesn't seem to crash as often. The graphics are
Ooh, that's loud.
handle it.
That might be it, honestly. Okay, now the music should be louder for you guys. And you can alter it on your ends as part of it. Okay, let me reload.
It's
Lovely.
not working for me for some reason. I'll check it. Just check to see if it's working on stream.
I can hear it in
Um,
stream, that's for definite. So it's in stream.
I have missed some stuff in chat, so give me a moment to scroll back up. Sorry about the technical difficulties, loves. You know how it is. It's Sparrow stream. We don't do things the easy way here.
We do them the fun way.
Peachy gets to be a Tarask. It is Sarah now at the
It's a
moment.
Taras. Yeah, sorry, I changed my username. It's Sarah to Neo or Sarah for short. Or Alfie. It's fine. What is a Taras?
Oh, you should look that up. You should look that up right
okay.
now.
Okay, let me.
The
Um,
Tarask
let me
is
just type
like
this spelling.
An apocalypse.
if there was such thing as a final boss to D&D,
It would be a
that is
Tarask.
the
Yeah, I
Tarask.
get to be a
Except it's kind of lame now in 5th edition, but like historically, it was the big end game
Cool.
monster.
I needed to stop by. I'm currently doing some digital artwork for a side job and thought I'd drop in. Hell yeah. Needed to listen to needed an angelic voice while 5 to listen to. Oh, Mel, you're so sweet.
Who's the fifth voice?
The voices that I do. Let's go with
Oh,
that.
that's true.
I want to say that I looked at stream screen and counted all 4 PNGs and then you, so you got counted twice.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
accurate.
no, I knew that's what had happened.
No, the fifth person is apparently the ghost Jasper overlay that's apparently been
Son of a
on
bitch. I
all
did
of the
not
past stream
know.
episodes.
I didn't know.
I didn't know
I
either, to be fair.
I
I didn't know either.
saw it every week, and I thought for weeks that I was just seeing things.
Like, I designed the layout and I didn't notice.
Love the mood music. Fuck yeah. How are you, hun? Glad you're feeling better. I was fucking dead this morning. Like, literally. So, I adore my mum, but she has this kind of thing that you need to push to work harder and kind of thing because you don't want to let people down. She's working on it, I'm working on it, but that's where a lot of internalized stuff is. And the reason I bring that up is because even this morning she was like, dude, go back to bed. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so But I had a bunch of cold and flu meds, got really, really loopy, which was hilarious to the people that were around me at the time. Fortunately, I have this rule where if I'm on like flu meds or morphine, I am not allowed near Discord. For a very specific reason, because my ass gets so sappy. I'm just like, I love everyone, and I need to let you all know, and then I have to come back to that and be like, shit.
That's fair.
So if I missed any of your messages today to everybody, I am very sorry. But again, I basically turned off Discord and like all of my notifications and slept from the time I sent the tweet, and like I think I responded like 1 or 2 people, until about 2 hours ago. Just slept the whole way through. So I feel a lot better now. You didn't type like real loopy. No, because I took the meds after I typed the Twitter posts. Half dragon Tarask that is vampiric in class into a necromancer. Creepy. Very interesting.
The Taracalich.
Taracalich. Also, kudos on getting that out in the first try. I wouldn't have. Okay. When you're allowed near drugs, I'm technically not. Like, I'm not stopped, but like most of the. So here's the thing: like most normal painkillers, such as codeine and that, I'm not allowed to have because I'm allergic to codeine, and that's in a lot of like the mid-range painkillers. So I can either have hello or fucking morphine. That's the scale of things that I can have. So when I have morphine, my brain goes like phew, absolutely insane. Right, like it's the only time that I am relaxed in the last like 8 years of my life. It's the only time I've been able to actually relax, but it plays merry hole with my brain.
That is like Shakespearean level irony.
Yeah.
You'd have like chronic pain and be like allergic to most standard issue painkillers.
Yeah, that is like Greek tragedy.
Yeah, they only work for like 10 minutes and then you're just, oh, pain again. Thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Eh? Eh?
Also, I do have a challenge going for, I think. Do I have the challenge going? I don't know if I've got it going at the moment. For my channel points. I don't know if that's actually done yet. But it's basically to make me do plot stuff, because I procrastinate a lot on my Final Fantasy streams. So, yeah. Also, remind me after the session I need to talk to everybody, because there's something I want to bring up. But not to the stream, I need to talk to the group. It's fine, it's just something I want to do for the channel. I just keep forgetting to ask you guys about it. Okay.
Is Sparrow gonna finally let us out of the basement?
Maybe.
I spent so long making that basement a lovely place to live.
Yes,
and you treat me like
love
this.
It here. It's fine. It's great, Sparrow. I'm sorry.
It would be nice to get some light though, so that we can read.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Can I have more bandwidth, please?
That I can't help you with. Do you think if I had bandwidth, I would have as much trouble with my internet as I do?
True. Okay, I've got something to help us to remind you later, and I'm going to put it in general of the detail that we're in. Hopefully, we'll go back to it later. And
we have a separate Discord for this campaign, and it's just called Lucky Sparrow's. What is it? What's it called? Lucky Sparrow.
Lucky Red Sparrow stream D&D.
Yeah, but
yeah. Every time I see that logo,
it just says LSD, and it makes me laugh every time. Sparrow's just. Yeah, I do. Constantly. The funny thing
is it really a stream if there's no technical difficulty?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. How you know it's a stream?
My streams. If there's not an audio problem on my streams, then it's not really a stream.
If I don't accidentally do an entire match of Dead by Daylight and my stream opener without realizing that my microphone was muted for 30 minutes, am I really streaming?
Oh man. I will pop
It
us
was
over
very
to the
funny
party
because-
one, just so we have
Yeah.
that up.
For context, it was even funnier because I was online with Ripley, so everyone was just hearing Ripley's responses and nothing of mine for like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Oh, you poor
So
thing. I'm
good.
so sorry.
It was hilarious.
My dad and I, we were trying to fix my net over the weekend, right? So we have really good internet everywhere else in this house, to the point where I'm saying like 100 megabits upload and download, right? Everywhere else in this house. Want to know what mine is? What it has been, what it was, well, both what it was until I fixed it and what it is now. What it was 6 megabyte upload speed and download speed. What it is now is 12.
Okay.
We're not sure why. I've got an Ethernet cable. I should be getting the best internet in the house. I'm not. I'm getting the worst. Oh god. Okay. I will say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. If you guys do make a himbo cleric squad, right? I have to tell you that the name is gonna be the Amen. Okay?
Oh my god.
That's
Next
it.
campaign idea is already solidified, please.
I'm just putting that out there.
Once
You have to
Taeves
do
is done,
this.
we evolve into the Amen.
Yes.
I have cleric spell cards.
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
Oh god.
Or an all Thry-Kreen party called the B-Men.
Okay, alright. Well, okay. Are we ready to begin, my doves?
Yes.
I think so.
As you guys can see up on the screen, we do have stream editors at the moment. And I'll be running those throughout the session. I even set it up so that we can see the actual battle, but it's not going to be that great. So, like, it's not going to be that big. Umbra is never ready. Umbra is ready for certain things. Just never what I have in store for them. Oh, yes. And it's not going to be better today. I can tell you that right fucking now.
I'm sure it'll be
It'll
fine.
be like,
It's fine.
my body is ready.
No, I'm still dying of the fact that you
What decade is it?
immediately went Freya. I'm in. To the hot psycho assassin. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I know. Sorry, I'm good.
He was like artisanal, crafted specifically for Alfie, I feel like.
The best part is my sister made him.
Mm.
Like, my sister has a big hand in a lot of
It's
this.
Cosmic fate.
Yeah.
Alright. So, once again, sound check. Is everybody coming through clear enough? Have we got...
Hello. Testing.
Hello. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly.
Bees don't care what humans think. Do it anyway.
The laws of
The
aviation.
No, stop.
Swear to fucking God. Just before we begin, last thing is that if you would like to see the group shitpost during this session, which is always fun, I don't read them during the session because it makes me giggle. And I need to stay focused, but I always read them after the session, and it is so much fun. Then do feel free to join the Discord. There is also a stream shitpost where you guys are allowed to shitpost there as well. So do feel free to jump in and have some fun. You won't be able to do it in the D&D one, but you can in the stream. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
That's not just stream it post.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna look once. I'm gonna look
Is that
once.
not
It was back from when you were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
Secret of the Lake.
Yep.
It's like that, a meme.
Wait, straight. General stream shitpost, is that not just the gen chat?
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. All right. Let us begin. Greetings once again, dear adventurers, and welcome back to Taeve. A story of myth and magic, old gods and new, and of dungeons and indeed dragons. We left our party last time, having saved a young woman from a dreadful fate, slaughtering her would-be abuser as he threatened her life in a small cave outside Talmyns Eye. Umbra's blade sinking deep into his skull with a horrid squelch, the sound of blood and gore that Amelie would carry for the rest of her life. Monsters were real, she had learned. But now, she had learned that they could also be slain. Freya, the mysterious psycho-assassin I mentioned earlier, proved, costing the party a shiny 50 gold for their work, amusement tugging at his lips, and his voice like he knew some grand secret that they did not. As Thiala and Jasper took care of the body, Jasper was struck by the sound of heavy drums, splitting headache, and a clarity of vision far sharper than normal. It was a strange sight that allowed him to peer through the layers of illusion and spot the demonic fiend awaiting at the edges of the cave, carefully outside of normal detection range. They burned the body of Cecil and let his demonic patron claim him from the ashes with a grand fish punching through the earth. Today we rejoin them, having tended to their wounds. I'm sorry, I just skipped a whole chapter. Umbra took the lovely Amelie back to the Blooming Rose, where her friends awaited. The reunion was a joyous one, and perhaps Umbra felt, if not happy, satisfied that justice had indeed been done this day. Today, as I said, we rejoin them, having tended to their wounds and rested at the Lonely Knoll Inn. The morning bright and warm. An unseasonable heat wave seems to be lingering in the city, and already you can feel the miasmic tendrils work their way under the large wooden door. Perhaps today will be restful. Perhaps you will finally catch a break in the aching heat. Or perhaps a mysterious letter will arrive with a curiously familiar seal. Will have found its way to Lily Knoll, and now currently resides with Javier. However, at this moment, you are indeed up in your booked-out room. Is there anything you would like to do before heading downstairs?
I'm writing. I will have written most of it down before we rested, but like writing our adventures up until this point. Carefully omitting any names that could pin any particular deeds to any particular people, but detailing the showdown of three definitely not heroes with a a particularly dastardly villain who met a untimely, or some might say very timely end.
Okay.
Thanks for the reminder. I'm looking through my bag.
Oop, sorry, wrong button. I'm fine. I hit the wrong thing. I have a hotkey set up that I didn't know was set up. But fine.
Huh.
Oh,
You're learning something new.
I thought that there was something. Oh, yeah, that was it. I didn't have the stat block. That was it. I was like, wait.
I forgot to send you the stat block for the hound.
That's alright. It was
Shit. Thank you. Yeah, if I haven't gotten it to you by next one, yell at me.
Yeah.
I've never been more tempted to go into the shitpost channel, and I know it would be a bad idea.
No.
It's such a bad
It would
idea.
be such a bad idea. This is me loving shitposter telling you it's a bad idea.
I'll take that warning. Thank you. Okay, so while Umbra, you think this through, unless you've figured it out.
No, yeah, I think I'm gonna say, like, I don't think there's anything that I missed over currently apart from everything that happened before. No, I just imagine Umbra would just be kind of getting on with his own thing, maybe like making his bed like a couple of times, kind of doing it in his own company until it's like quote unquote socially acceptable to food. For me, he's waiting and listening out for everyone else to get up, you know.
Just hovering like, please. Somebody else go downstairs so I can go downstairs, because if I go first, I have to make
Legit.
conversation.
Exactly.
It's like that thing when you're a guest at someone else's house and you wake up before the person who lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you're kind of hungry, like, oh, but let's sit down. And then most of it's only me, and then you're like talking to their parents, and it's just like, So Umber is like, really want to like, I may be a performer, but
But
I can wait for the others.
the other?
I will.
Sorry.
Thiala is just taking a couple different notes down in their book, but otherwise they are just trying to not have a panic attack about the day before.
That's fair. That is fair. Despi, I cut you off. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say I will be the first to go downstairs, I suppose.
You come downstairs and it is relatively empty, especially considering the time of the morning. You imagine not a lot of people have come through just yet. But you would make it at about, if we were using normal times. Why is that sound still going? 1 second. I need to turn off all the sound effects because that's going to distract people.
As you shit. Heart emoji, we love you, Stream Raiders. Don't worry.
I want to be a fucking affiliate for Stream Raiders.
That'd be awesome.
I really do. That would be so cool. Okay.
Stream Raiders, if you're listening out there.
Yeah,
listening.
Stream Raiders.
Okay. So you should now be able to see
On
it.
Twitter. Stream Raiders. Play.
And we'll run that while I'm doing this.
Oh, that's cute. You can see it in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you head downstairs and you would probably put it about 9-10 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty early, but it's not painfully early. And as you come downstairs, again, there is that miasmic heat, but also the smell of freshly baked bread. And you glance over and you see Javier is currently putting out basically, like the baker's sheet full of bread rolls onto the counter to let them cool down. And he looks up and he sees you. Greetings.
Morning.
You're up a bit late, young master. Everything all right?
Late. Was someone expecting us?
No. Just the few days you've been here, you've been up at the crack of dawn, like most people.
Oh.
I was just
Well,
wanted to make sure that you were all right.
Oh, thank you. We knew the rest, really. How much for a really big coffee?
I feel that in my soul. And he kind of looks at you for a moment. Well, for you, young master. And he's going to pour this thick brew. Do you know, like, Turkish coffee? Like, how it almost looks like, and I mean this in the best possible way, but like almost tar black sludge. And if you take any of that, you're going to be bouncing off the walls for like the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He's going to pour you a small mug of it and place it on the counter. Anyone that meets with an assassin and lives and gets invited to the assassin's home, you can have a free drink on me.
Thank you, Javier.
Yeah. The city's talking about it.
Oh.
Everyone knows your names. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing, I suppose. Guild Mistress Nelania doesn't invite just anybody. And those that go into the Assassin's Guild rarely come out as themselves, and you lot did. I mean, hell, you even spoke to Treo when he was in one of his moods. And you saw Venra. And you're alive. Like, Must be something special about you.
Don't know. Well, thank you. You have a lot to think about.
Don't you worry. I've not let anyone know that you're staying here. I'll let them know after you've left, of course. But for the clout. But I won't let anyone know that you're staying here, so you can have a bit of peace and quiet. Must be difficult.
That's appreciated.
Unfortunately, and with that, he's going to reach into his apron, like dusting himself off, and pull out a letter and place it on the desk. I'm afraid this came for your friend, the tall one, the elf, Diala.
Oh,
Hello.
yes. I wouldn't use their full name so openly.
Oh, of course.
Just,
Let me know what you would like me to call you, and that's what I'll call you from now on.
we better ask them. Just a bit edgy about that sort of thing.
Understood. Would you two like to come downstairs?
I was waiting for it to like reach a nice little standpoint for like the moment where Umbra has finally decided, right, it's been long enough since Jasper went down that I can go down and still look cool. So he'll just kind of make his way like padding down the stairs. Very much well looking put together, but there's like the little like sleepy eye bags, kind of like bumps a little bit more towards the front like counter and kind of stretches across it.
Yeah, that was not too far behind.
Seeing you both kind of slump in, he's going to pour another 2 mugs of this ridiculously powerful coffee, place them down in front of you both, and then, thinking about it, looks at the, Okay, so, this is really silly, but I have this thing that this Null loves to bake, and he has made cinnamon scrolls for you. Well, not just for you, but to sell. And he kind of glances over at them, and they're fresh out of the oven. And sort of taking a look at you guys, is just going to pick up carefully with his claws that are clean, don't worry, and place one in front of each of you. You look like you need the sugar.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Umber is like
Absolutely.
genuinely stunned to silence for a second of just this like completely like, this was given to me by complete free will. There is no like string attached. It's like you're almost like looking for like the strings. Waves hand over cinnamon swirl, waiting for it to be like tugged back or something. And then just kind of like wraps both hands around the mug and kind of gives like a very tired smile up towards him and just goes, well, you certainly know how to spoil a gal. And then like takes a sip. Nice long sip of sweet coffee.
It's good. It's like, it is dark, thick, and already your system is like picking up. As soon as you've tasted it, it's taken that caffeine and just gone, let's fucking go. And you are awake. He makes a point to put the letter in front of you, Diala. This came for you while you were resting. I sent them away so they didn't disturb you, but I promised I'd give this over to you. And he's going to place it in front of you, and then, to give you privacy, is going to pick up the tray of cinnamon scrolls and turn away, and is going to continue, the whole baking routine, put them to cool, set up new ones to go in, all that kind of jazz.
Oh, thank you. What name is on the envelope or the outside of the letter?
On the outside of the letter is Diala Tinathara. Written across in very familiar handwriting. Full name.
Full ass jump scare.
Full ass.
That's
Full
a
name
total
jump
jump scare. I'm going to step away and read this very quickly, and we'll just like get the pastry and the coffee and the letter and go very much somewhere kind of alone to read this.
Okay, sure. You you take it and you step off to the side. The letter is of good, like on good quality parchment. The kind that you can feel is expensive, it's got a weight to it. And as you kind of carefully break the seal and open the letter, a few things jump out to you. It's handwriting, familiar. But in that very perfunctory, like, neatness. On it is written a very simple phrase. Very simple thing. Come to the docks at once. Signed, Alphonse Tabernath, servants to Lord and Lady Tenethara.
I'll just very quickly take that in and fold it and tuck it away.
Okay.
And just start going down on that coffee.
You will watch as Diala carefully folds this, puts this away. There's this moment, this long moment of, and then they just like immediately just slam back this mug of coffee, like you've seen an alcoholic try and do to a beer to try and get to the bottom as quickly as possible. That's what Diala's doing to this coffee.
Oh, good news then. I sort of quit to Umbra, but if you unless you sort of invited us to come back over.
They're gonna finish the coffee and pastry first. They're finishing the coffee and the pastry first.
Do you think we should talk to them?
Well, maybe I'll finish.
Right.
Diala seems quite the secretive type, so maybe best approach after we've all woken up just a little bit more.
Yes. I will demolish this
Yes,
this cinnamon roll.
as well. I love them. They're like one of my favorite pastries. IRL.
Mine too.
Umbra
Holy
is going
shit.
to enjoy those and Belgian buns.
The flavor is light. You can tell that while he may not necessarily be the best baker in Talmyns Eye, he definitely has passion for it. There is a lightness to the dough. There is this, the warmth of cinnamon is not overpowering enough to take away from like the richness of this taste. And the icing is just the right consistency so that it melts into it without making the bread soggy, if that makes sense. All in all, a delicious pastry.
Inspiration.
Yeah, for Javier. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, please let him have inspiration. He deserves it.
All right. Javier can have inspiration just for you.
Yay!
It's a good one, that Javier. Rare to find a truly generous soul in the city.
Definitely. Say though, we have to leave, rather than later from the place. So ask for a huge stock for us to take back to the outpost. I'm sure everyone would like.
We'll make our way over to the after a bit.
We just like carefully approach this like anxious cat,
I'm gonna sort of speak softly and sort of stick my hand out to allow them to smell it beforehand.
I have an errand to run, and not sure if it'd be good for either of you to go with me or not. I want you to, but I'm not sure.
If you think it might be dangerous and you want us to come, I will come with you.
Fine, dangerous.
I mean, considering what we did yesterday, I think the bar is... Would it be low or high at this point? Oh, because that level of dangerous. Finding things in the woods. I don't think we have a true definition for this anymore. Treat. And I kind of give like a little smirking smile at that point, just like shrugging.
I mean, yesterday we were almost beaten to death by a creepy serial killer who had demonic powers.
Thought that would be better or worse.
Yeah, let's go find out, shall we?
Yeah. We have to go to the docks.
Exciting exploration. Done?
Yeah, when it get old.
Quick side note, I still have that potion in my bag, don't I? From the merchant. I still have that, right?
Yep.
Cool.
That's
I
right.
forgot what it does, but I know I've got one. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous.
The one he gave you, it's not the one you drank, by the way.
No, not the
this
one
is
downed.
supposedly an explosive substance.
What was it? I knew it was dangerous, but I couldn't remember how explosive. Okay, I just wanted to remember what it was.
That's right.
Guys, I have an explosive potion, so if we need to blast through a wall, I could have just thrown it on the. No, that would have been too unsure.
I was honestly afraid you were going to make him drink it.
Oh, that would have been so good. Oh,
Hi, Scarlett. Welcome in.
I was a lot more sad.
Welcome in, lovely.
Oh.
Normally, I can't really acknowledge
yeah.
during sessions, but hello. Sorry. Want the other?
Yeah. Once the two of them are ready, Thela will gather things and take them to the docks.
Okay.
I'm sure this will be totally fine.
Well, brief recap of today's session, I guess. Basically, Thiala, which is space, is the elf up on that side, has just received a mysterious letter asking them, commanding them to come to the docks. The rest of the party is kind of like, why are you freaking out about this? What's going on? They've also learned that the Knoll bartender, Javier, likes to bake and makes excellent cinnamon scrolls.
Very good information to glean.
A little extra context. Thiala has made it very pertinent that they are not supposed to be in the city, and they keep their cloak over their face at all times.
I mean, yeah, and then we drew attention by kind of being on good terms with the Assassin's Guild, so now we're talk of the town, which is great. Oops.
Oh, yes. Yes, last session they met with the Assassin's Guild in the city of Talmyns Eye, and immediately started simping over everybody in that guild, and it was so funny. Except for, obviously, except for Eve, who is a child. They did not simp for Eve.
Eve is just baby and little sweetheart. We must protect
she's adorable.
her.
If you would like, just so that you are aware, we have a stream Discord where the players do shitpost during the session. So if you would like to see, do feel free to join. You don't have to, of course, there's no pressure. I just can't ever read the shitpost while we're live, because otherwise I
We
suffer.
will force you to join the Discord and look at the shitposts.
If you want to catch up on previous ones on the YouTube, there is VODs from when I started this.
I totally didn't just kick my computer. The worst part is, I totally did not. So I'm sitting on ice.
Stuff over.
I'm totally not sitting on
like,
ice at the moment, and my leg totally isn't
but
numb, and it totally didn't hit on the edge of the numbness.
No, that's the worst bit. It's when it's cold and you smack it.
Oh god, that fucking hurt. Okay.
Stop trying to knock everything over, Sparrow.
Yeah.
Well, there goes my plans for the rest of the evening. Okay. So, you gather together. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I was just going to Get back to Theo will take everyone to the docks.
Okay. It takes maybe a good 25 to 30 minutes to traverse the city. People are out and about. There's a busyness to the streets. And as you get closer to where you and Jasper know the docks to be in this city, there are a lot more people out and about. There is a more almost festive air starting to happen. The docks are quite open air, very well cared for. They're rustic, but in a way that implies choice rather than necessity. The sea breeze is brisk and bringing it with it the scent of change, of salt and brine, and other less pleasant smells. It screams pirate for those of you who may have heard the tale of Tortuga. It is a very, not lawless, but it does feel rustic. Large warehouses, a very busy working area. A couple of notable points in this area are, of course, the guild house, which you can see along the far line of the docks. Is this rather large dock house. There is also the Siren's Rest, which is a tavern relatively close to you. And a couple of major offices. Offices, not officers. Here and there. For the most part, this is where a lot of the trade comes into Talmyn and leaves Talmyn. So it's quite busy. I forgot to switch the noise. That'll teach me, won't it?
That's probably fun.
It's probably fine.
Fine.
Doesn't need to be that loud. Thank you. I don't know why there was a scream. It has never done a scream before in my fucking life.
Jump scare, making sure everyone's paying attention.
Fuck me. Christ. Okay. Let's.
Ciala gets the jump scare with the full name, and then you get one with a scream from Syrinscape.
Okay, let's turn that a bit down. Give it a little bit of busy marketers. For those of you who do not know, I'm currently using Syrinscape for the audio, and I'm having to fuck around with it. I'm still not great at it, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Sorry if everybody heard that. That was my computer, not yours. Don't worry. Your computer is fine. Looking out over the harbour, you see quite a few ships have pulled into port. Some of them are normal-looking trade ships. Some of them are more clearly warships, which cause you a little bit of concern, as there is currently great tension between the three grand houses, Grand States, Grimgold, Faerist, and of course Talmyn. But they don't appear to be stocking for war. They appear to be going out on their patrol. Ciala, can I get you to roll me a perception check, please?
Oh. I'm sure this will be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
That is a 15.
Okay. You notice a particularly large ship, particularly intimidating ship, a warship. It's this very heavy artillery, man of war kind of style. And you know only one crew that runs that ship. And that is Yenrin's crew. And it's odd for them to be back. Especially as they don't tend to drop back in these days. They're welcome, of course they are. But it's odd to see it. The rest of you, as you're kind of making your way through the docks area, you notice that quite a few of the ship hands, pretty much anyone that is actually responsible for running a ship, has these curiously blue, shimmery inked tattoos across their face and across their bodies. There's these intricate lines, and as you're kind of, just glancing about, you do see almost like stories written into these tattoos. Most of the the people with them are, showing them off quite proudly, bare-chested or for modesty state with like one of the harnesses, showing off as much of these tattoos as they can, as they're like hauling cargo or climbing the rigging and all the kind of normal ship stuff. You have arrived at the docks, where people mill about doing their various dock-related things. What would you like to do next?
Was there any indication of where to meet at the docks?
You would know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know this. You would know to report to not the guild house, but very close to it, a guild office.
Okay. Yeah, then that's where I will go.
Okay. Can I get everybody, as you're going, following Thiala through this crowd, roll me a perception check,
It's a perception check.
Got 11.
There's a 19.
Nice.
That's gonna be dirty 20.
20, fucking nice.
No perception.
Yeah.
Mine's a 19.
All right. Okay.
Finally getting good rolls after last week with being blessed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to put somebody into our chat. Because I don't have official art, my sister does provide images from Google that she wants me to use as references. However, because I don't own these images, I can't put them into my stream Discord or up on chat.
Right.
All of you spot this man, a tall sea elf with shining platinum hair, a thin braid that kind of sits down over his right eye. These intricate tattoos that swirl basically from his lower, like from his hips, basically up across a very well-muscled body, and up onto his face, where there is a curiously intricate mark around his right eye. The tattoos are all done in this peculiar shifting ink, this glimmering blue, phosphorescent almost ink. He's dressed in relatively, like, I don't want to say pirate clothes, but kind of pirate clothes. So like the tight brown pants with the tall boots, this thin almost like a yellow harness kind of wraps around with almost like seashell, not seashell, but sea scale shoulder pads. All in all, he's very pretty and very scary. Thiala, you do not necessarily know this person, but you've heard of them. Have you seen them around? You would know this to be Yenren, the captain of, let me just double check so I don't fuck this up, captain of the Notice, the ship that is currently pulled into port.
Right.
And he is currently making his way towards the guild house, along with a couple members of his crew, particularly and importantly, this one. Let me get his name properly. I'm so sorry. Again, I'm a little bit sick today, so I'm still kind of not functioning correctly. At his side is another sea elf, a Triton, with frilled ears, these long black hair that's currently tied back, dressed in black leather, not a black leather, very pirate-esque clothing. And he walks with this kind of very know-it-all swagger as they're passing through the crowd. And you notice them heading towards the guild. He too is bedecked in these beautiful swirling tattoos. And you see that they seem to be focusing and intent on something.
You recognize them, Thiala?
Yes, I do. Not anyone I know personally, but I know of them. I would keep some distance. I don't know what's going on right now.
Okay.
A ship's not supposed to be here right now.
Oh, okay.
The warship.
Oh.
And then Zella will go where they think they're supposed to be meeting.
Okay. So you'll let the office that you have been requested to go to is within the guild hall, but off to the side. It's not part of the main guild hall, but it's enough that you will have to pass through the guild hall to get there. And entering into this place, you see a very rowdy crew. There's a lot of laughter, and as you get close, as you're passing by this tavern, someone comes crashing through this window beside you. There is raucous laughter from inside as the man appears to be quite scrawny, but has again these very intricate tattoos across his chest. He kind of comes up into a drunken roll, stands up, hands in the air like a gymnast that has just landed a perfect trick, and is like, ta-da! Inside, people are howling with drunken laughter. And then you hear this exasperated but calm voice. You're bloody paying for that window, you prick. All of you are. And then there's like this resounding, sorry. But it doesn't seem to be angry. It's just this very rowdy kind of place. And that same energy follows you into the dockhouse, whereas it is this massive, massive open air warehouse. You can see shipwrights working particularly hard on what appears to be a new vessel. You can see them layering enchantments and working their arse off with this, all supervised by a rather tall. Oh god, where is her description? Yeah. Sorry. She's in here. I know she's in here. I know because my sister was giving me a brief.
The further in they go, like...
You've got to stop throwing these characters at us, Sparrow.
Oh, yeah.
I love that Theala is immune to all of this. Doesn't matter how hot the character is, Theala is immune.
So it is a average height water genasi with a very slim muscular build, light blue grey skin with waist-long silver hair done up in this loose bun. She's got these very large black eyes with multi-hued highlights. Dresses in a dark blue sleeveless tunic, baggy pants tucked into brown leather boots, with intricate white facial tattoos. And she's supervising this. But you're not here to socialize, so you kind of duck your head and like shuffle your way as surreptitiously as possible over to the small office with Penethara shipping written across the door in this intricate golden script.
Mm-hmm. I'll just sort of look at it and sigh and then go inside. Just kind of motioning for the two of them. Come on, don't go out here.
Umber like pouting his cheeks slightly and just like begrudgingly following along because he, after yesterday, he's kind of like, maybe best behave. I'll do as you say, I guess.
Just this once.
I have never asked for anything. I'm asking you not to linger here.
So you open the door, and it opens into a rather small little office with this large mahogany desk with documents kind of strewn neatly across it. And behind the desk is not a person that you recognize, Theala, but you recognize the symbol on their clothing. It is a house symbol. The person behind the desk is this rather short and squat looking elf. He's got you'd almost think he's not full elf, but he
Mhm.
can't be mixed with a human because humans, when they're half elves, it's kind of like an unfinished marble sculpture. It's like there's a roughness to their jaws, or there's just something that says they're not elves. This one,
Mhm.
however, you would almost think is an orc, like a half orc, and it's quite a mix to see. Doesn't have the jutting tusk, but he does have like a very heavy set jaw with the sharp and pointed ears. And he looks up and sees you, Yala.
Mhm.
Ah, I see you've got an hour. Your parents' summons. Took your bloody time, didn't you? What are you even doing here in the city? Don't you have a job to be doing? Oh, is that
This
what you're doing?
would be. I did not.
But you did. And now everyone in the city knows you're here because you had tea with Millennia. So much for a quick stop. Now, what is the status of your quest?
I've and like the whole time this person is talking to Theala, they're just like shrinking more and more under their cloak. Like just a child that is very obviously being uh
Scolded.
yes, scolded, thank you. I I've searched most of the cities directly east of us and found a few interesting pathways that we haven't used before. I've noted them all here, and they'll like get that notebook out that they keep writing stuff down in, and like just flip to relevant pages. That now that like it's out in the open, it is very very detailed of like smaller maps with notes of like landmarks, any kind of obstacles, any kind of like monsters or wild animals that are in that area, and like what direction things are, and like the kind of weather that's there, and we'll just like hand that over.
He's very prim and proper. You can see the like the fineness of his clothes. Everything about him screams prim and proper. And he reaches over with like two delicate gloved hands, is going to pick up the corner of the book and pull it towards him. Yes, well done on that, I suppose. But you do remember why you were sent. It wasn't to find us roots. We don't need you for that. You're not a very useful member of the family if you can't do one simple task. Come now.
Fine.
I see. You know, your mother and father have been trying desperately to gain status, to make this house what is it supposed to be. And here you are, gallivanting around. Disappointment.
I know. I'm sorry. As soon as we finish the last task we have here, I'll go back. I'll start to the west.
You'd think after all this time you'd have learned to speak with diction, enunciate, speak clearly. I can never understand you when you mumble.
Sorry.
And he's going to pass his gaze over to you two. And who are these? Are these the people that had tea with Melania as well? Are they as useless as you?
The helping.
Helping. See. You can see that's going swimmingly. Do you not know how to speak? What's your names?
Oliver is like
message.
shaking with rage right now. Is not sure if it's wise if he should speak.
I'm Nessie, and that's Umbra.
Umbra just got like the arms folded across his chest, like hip cocked out, like that sassy, like like I'm angry.
He kind of just raises an eyebrow. And it's this thick, bushy thing, but it's like neatly trimmed. I see. Well, I suppose it would be a pleasure. I'm afraid if you've made friends with them, well, Yala, yeah, you don't have that much taste. So do forgive me if I don't indulge you for too long. We need you to do something for us while you're here.
Yes.
At last, simplicity. One of the, well, missed herself. Has a job, and none of us are able to undertake it. She requires somebody to do some investigating. Now, since you're in the area, and Nilenia seems to have taken an interest in you, we thought, what better way to make use of a wayward renegade like you than to make you actually useful? You're going to help her, and you're going to do it well. You're going to bring honor to our house, is that clear? And when she's done, I expect that you will make progress on your little quest. You don't want me to tell them that you've disappointed them once again, do you?
No, we'll do that and I'll not.
Good. You can go. You can get the details. One of the captains out there will give it to you. Don't mess this up.
No, I wouldn't. No. Thank you.
You can go. And he's going to return to his...
Yeah, they all just like reach and like just take their book very quickly and try to leave as politely but quickly as possible.
Okay.
Follow Fiala.
Umbra just lets out a little like scoff before turning and leaving.
Okay. So, you are then going to check out, where is it? I didn't send that through, did I? You're going to look for Mist now, correct?
Yes.
Just this for you, if I can just describe her well enough.
I am going to step away very quickly for 2 seconds.
Absolutely no stress.
That's almost a bitch.
Oh my
Umbra
god.
just literally having to like bite his tongue because
Yeah.
like especially because Theala gets really nervous anyway. Like he's kind of aware that if he tried to start anything, he would
Yeah.
get in trouble. But he's
Do
like,
you mind if
just
I
know
grab
he's
a drink,
seething.
actually?
If you would like to do a quick bio break as well, Umbra, the perfect time for it.
What? Sorry.
A quick bio break, if you'd like to. You don't have to.
Okay, I think I'm
Okay.
drink.
Cool. I might have to do one in a little bit to refill my coffee, but I'm good for the moment. This is fun. I've just joined in and already getting interesting. Thank you. Welcome in, by the way. Sorry I couldn't respond while I was in the middle of being a bitch to my player, and I feel so guilty about it, but also like it kind of had to happen. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see you. I'm glad that the the ice spray really helped. How you doing anyway, lovely? I met them at PAX. Absolute adorable folk. Amber? Did you ditch me?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just like I keep zoning out, Mubby. Now
almost.
that you've got break, you should check TNT group shitpost as like a mid.
All right. Oh well. It's all good. You're dungeon master, the gatekeeper of D&D. Hell yeah. All right. Let's go see. Oh god. How
I
many
got
votes have you done?
destroyed for simping. I got destroyed for simping.
Okay.
It was the Office meme that almost actually sent me into the abyss.
By the way, guys, I'm currently checking the stream ship, the D&D shitpost in my Discord, which you guys do have access to, and that the players do shitpost in during the sessions. Doing good, thank you. Yesterday I was suffering from heat stress and heat stroke. I'm doing better today. I'm glad you're doing better today. I'm sorry about the heat stroke. It's a bitch. Oh god, that's why you told me not to come in here.
I only have your best interest at heart.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Back.
Welcome back. I'm just looking at the shitpost channel. Jesus fucking Christ. Neither can I. It's.
Your heart.
Oh my god.
It was just the softly don't followed by neuron activation that like I was trying so hard not to like audibly
Fuck my
cackle.
life.
Phone. So good.
Okay. So, are we ready to jump back in?
Yes.
1 second. Yes, now we are.
Rip it, rip it. Rip it, baby!
Fuck yeah. All right. So, the guild hall is far larger than any of the other guild halls that you've been in. This place has got this very almost celebratory atmosphere at the moment. And it doesn't take you too long to locate who you know Miss to be. Let me get her proper description. My notes are both in a book and on Discord, so do give me a moment. I can't read them in this light. Okay, so towards one side you see I kind of wanted to take you back to the bar. That's where I kind of want to have her. Can I send you guys there and we do this here?
Yeah.
Because it makes more sense for her. And I'm sorry to do that in the middle of a session. I'm just like, it makes a lot more sense if she's there rather than in the guild hall.
Yeah, no. Do what makes sense. You're the
Sweet.
driver of this car.
I know,
You're
I
the
just had to
driver.
quickly adapt. Okay, so
Improvise, adapt, overcome. Let's go.
so you're directed to the Siren's Rest, that pub that you just saw somebody get tossed out of and did the whole gymnast landing thing. And going inside, you see a average height water genasi with a slim, narrow build. She's got blue skin complete with complex facial tattoos. Dark blue eyes, and as you kind of look at them, you see that they shift and sway like water moving through her irises. She's got white hair with braids kind of like loosely around her face, and like a big bush of it behind her. Loose white blouse with an exposed midriff, and high-waisted brown trousers. And she is currently standing on top of the bar, drink in hand, kind of like there is a sea shanty going on right now, which I cannot sing for legal reasons, but because this goes up on YouTube and I don't want to get copyright strike. But they are singing
This
a
is
well.
the royalty-free sea shanty.
Is the Wellerman a royalty-free sea shanty?
I don't know. Not since it probably got
Shit.
I would have thought Well, I think it's technically not a sea shanty, but if it's like an actual like, like folk song, I don't think it can be copyrighted unless we like played someone's performance of it.
I'm just gonna see if they've got any sea shanties on Syrinscape. Yeah, I'm sorry about the session being a little bit disconnected.
Oh no, just while
fine,
Sparrow's doing
fine.
that, just like every step they take into this bar, Theo is just like that same kind of like starting and stopping of like somebody going through a very loud crowd who has very, very high social anxiety, because that's exactly what it is. Just every time there's like a really loud noise, they just like stop and freeze for a second and then keep going.
Okay, there is a City Sailors song here, and I don't know what it sounds like.
Nice.
But let's see. Should be playing. I don't know when it's supposed to start.
Yes,
It is?
I hear it.
Brilliant. I cannot.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
I'll whisper to Theala. Your parents sound really, really mean.
It means a good word.
Ro gives like a very sympathetic look and just kind of blurts out, "Well, I didn't know my parents, but I'm sorry that yours are like this." And just kind of gives him like
Yes.
gives them like a very like awkward like pat on the shoulder, and then just kind of shrugs like
Extremely supportive.
And like each pat, like Theala just like immediately freezes.
But for the record, I'm angry on your behalf. I promise that I will not kick up a scene. But we will help you if you need help with your missions. Guessing since you just got one. Because, yeah. I mean, for the record, the fact that you helped us fight a bear, and we just did what we did yesterday, though my knowledge was supposed to become. Them calling you useless in any capacity actually baffled me, considering how much you've managed to stay more alive than the two of us put together. And I'll kind of give like a glancing like quirked eyebrow towards Jasper, being like, "Yeah, we've almost died. It's fine."
I appreciate the not kicking up a fuss. That will quite helpful, actually. I just have to wait for her to decide she's done singing. So
She's kind of, at the moment, just like spinning around, like it's very hyperactive. She's got mug of ale in one hand. Some of it's already been spilled, but you can tell that she is just having the time of her life. And the other, Mist is a notorious, oh god, that's the wrong button. But where are my notes? Sorry. Yeah, Mist is a notorious barfly, a raging alcoholic, and tends to be quite an aggressive gambler, but is relatively nice as far as people go. And she finally comes to a stop, sees you lot. "Hello, loves. Are you in town?" And she drops down. "Oh, wait, no, I know you lot. You're the ones that, the guild mistress, Nilenia, invited to tea, aren't you? Pleasure to meet us."
yes,
We'd appreciate
You
it
were
if you
told-
could keep that on the. Not say it so loudly.
She kind of leans in. "Everybody. You're the talk of the town, loves. But if it makes you uncomfortable, I won't say anything about it." And she's gonna look at you, Ciala. Just like, "You look familiar. But I don't recognize you. Did I recognize you?"
does have one of those faces. We were told you needed something to be investigated. We were coming to collect that information so we could move on that.
I see. Sorry, let me just get my notes properly. Who sent you, Doves? I don't mean any offense. And there is a kind of like a gardeners to her. "I don't mean any offense, of course, but this is guild business, and well, you don't look like guild. I mean, I know you're not. You don't have any of the markings."
Alphonse sent us. Abernath.
Alphonse? Why would you send someone out? Is he at least paying you well? I mean, I'm surprised Alphonse would trust somebody outside the family.
This is a bit of a family favor that I'm doing.
Family favor them. I mean, fair enough. Sorry, you do look familiar, but it's driving me nuts. I know you're not one of us. I mean, everyone and their dog who's part of us has a tattoo, and she's got a justice to her face. And I have an excellent memory for those tattoos, and you don't have one. So you're not a guild member. You look so damn familiar.
Theo just kind of gives like a. It's just giving like a very tired, very tight smile.
Sorry.
No, I suppose not.
Well, if they trust you, I suppose I don't have much choice. I'm rather too busy to sort this out on my own. One of I'm just gonna gesture and point across the crowd to what appears to be a young man, but with a wicked scar that runs from like the top of his like brow line down across his face, almost bisecting his nose. Very rugged jaw, but he's quite young face. It's a really weird mix. Like you can tell he's lived this very hard life, but he's also got like a almost like a baby face, and it's just a bit weird to see. Look, so I know outsiders like yourselves might not know, but one of our new ones, our youngins, well, he's supposed to be going on his first fleet assignment these days, and well, in a few days, and bastard's disappeared. Now, normally, you'd think that's just they've gone on a bend-don't. Who hasn't done that these days? But, I don't know. Something about this feels weird to me. I'd appreciate it mightily if you'd investigate.
Where was the last place seen and when?
Just a second. Well, that's the funny thing. He was seen around here, night or so ago. But I don't really have that much info, I'm afraid. Do feel free to have a chat around. I'll let people know that you're investigating for us. But yeah, it's a bit strange, honestly. Also, I need to give you some quick info, Space.
Oh, of course.
I just had to quickly give that info because I realized that I did not give it to you before.
Oh yeah. I thought that might be the case.
Yeah. So if you lot can handle that for us, it'd be great. I mean, I would investigate myself, but and she's going to look down at her watch as it kind of just like. So the way it works in my brain is like little imps inside like bound to a watch face, and you just hear it go off like a little bell starts ringing. And you just see, like, if you look closely, you can see inside this little watch, you just see this, like, little imp ringing a bell with this very bored expression on his face. And she just smiles. That is the call of duty. I've got to, well, assign some things to a lot of people. And I've got a celebration to plan.
And what was his name?
His name? That is an excellent question.
Yes.
What did I write his name as?
I don't know. You're the captain.
That's the DM panicking because the name is not written.
Doing it live. Make it up.
Let's go. I mean, we made up Judith Hoppington, so.
Yes, my sister still hates me for that, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you were fully justified.
Thank you. All right, Brain. I should not be allowed to do names at the last moment. Because the name that I did originally have is not here, and I can't remember what it was. So we're making one up. His name's Alex. Alex Anderson. Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
That's what you get.
All right. Alex Anderson it is. So, find him. Send him your way.
That'd be lovely.
There's a million things he hasn't done.
And I was actually
I
thinking
hate
that.
you both
I was
so
trying to think of
much.
an Alexander Hamilton reference, but I couldn't think of one. Thank you for doing it for me.
The ship is in the harbour now. See if you can spot him.
Anything visually that I'd recognize about him?
He's quite a young-looking fella. Human. What's this heterochromia going on? One blue, one brown. Cute, but not my type. You'd get more details off his captain. And again, that alarm goes off. I know, I got it. Sorry, we've big things happening. And she kind of lowers her voice. Where is the name? The reunion's coming back, and there's gonna be the biggest party, and so we gotta get ready for that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find him and send him where he's supposed to go.
That'd be lovely, thanks, Stubbs. You'll of course be paid for your work. Never let it be said the Shipwrights Guild doesn't pay what they're worth, especially for friends of the Assassins Guild. She winks. You take care. And she's going to raise her glass to her mug to the rest of the room. Don't get into too much trouble without me, mates. I mean, you can get in trouble, but if you get into it without me, I'm going to be very sad. And there's just laughter from various men and women across the room. You take care. And she's going to swan out. And despite the fact that you could smell the alcohol on this woman, she has clearly drunk a lot. Her gait is steady. She is she is drunk so much alcohol. You know she's drunk a lot of alcohol, and she just downs the last of that big mug, puts it on the bench as she goes, and her gait rock steady. She doesn't even seem tipsy.
Yep, they'll just start leading them out of that bar and away from the guild hall.
Okay.
Or at least just out of the bar to outside. They need to be not in there for a few minutes.
Yeah, of course. Upon exiting,
Another
it's almost
missing
that
person.
relaxing, there was a press of people and noise, and it was quite intense, but stepping outside, it almost immediately drops more habitable levels.
That's what I have to do.
Well, you don't have to.
No, I do.
Well, we'll support you in whatever you choose to do, won't we, Umbra?
Umbra gives a definite nod, and well, we're all in it for the long run at this point together, so helping each other out seems the best way to these. And he's gonna kind of do a little jive, these good vibes we seem to have, so to speak, though I do promise I'll be on my best behavior this, especially because things quite sensitive. While I tend to lose my temper or make a scene, I understand this is something important. I promise to be as respectful as I can, though if they do slander your name again, I fear I might have to say something.
Very kind of you, but you wouldn't be in its best interest to do that. You would be wasting it. And they're looking at the notes that they took of Alex now, and they're just I don't even know where to begin with this.
Maybe ask about friends and family, anyone you might be staying with.
Yeah, that.
You might have friends in the crew. Maybe there's stuff he wouldn't talk about with the captain directly, but he would talk about with other crew members.
Right, okay. I'll just close that book and tuck it away and go back inside the bar. They just needed to breathe.
Oh,
I feel so bad. I will point out at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
I
do
do-
not feel bad. This is character building.
I will
It's
just point
so
out that we do run on
sad.
an X card system, and I do have private chat with our players. So if at any point I do something that makes them actually uncomfortable or anything like that, I will know. I will be told, hopefully,
Mm.
and we will discuss it and stop. I
Wanna
do take
pat
these safeties.
Yala on the head.
Just so people know that I'm not just like throwing this shit at my players. We have a proper conversation about a lot of stuff, and they know that they can yell at me.
I forget sometimes how convincing I can be in character.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
no.
think
And then-
there was like someone in chat earlier being a message that was just like, "Oh, they're so shy, they're so sweet, like oh bless," and I'm like, "Yes, they are." For being.
Yeah,
be
but
anxious.
then I remember the other campaign where you were convinced I didn't know it was a vampire when my character didn't.
It's not my fault you're convincing as fuck. Okay, and I don't know how to tell you this, but if your character is an idiot and you're convincing me that you're an idiot in real life, I don't know how that reflects on you.
I mean, I am an idiot.
It's
We're all
called
idiots.
it's
I
called
may be
acting,
stupid.
Sweaty. Look it up.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Tiala will. They would know the crew of that ship, wouldn't they?
They would have an idea. So what the other knows is that before your first fleet assignment, you don't actually have a crew.
Mhm.
Once you get your fleet assignment, that's your crew, and your crew becomes your family. So to go
Right.
missing, so getting a fleet assignment is one of the biggest moments in a crew member's life. So to go missing before that just doesn't happen. They don't just
Right.
get up and leave. Something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I guess would Tiala like go? Okay, I know the ship that they're on. Would I be able to extrapolate who I need to talk to based on that?
You would have to. You would not know the ship, as there's quite a few of them. But you were pointed out to the captain, and so you could ask
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay, then that is definitely the route that Tiala would follow.
So you head back in. The press of the crowd is again thick and heavy. It was already quite a warm day, and it's quite uncomfortable just stepping back into this. Even the brisk smell of the sea air is somewhat muted by the heaviness of the ale in this area. You make your way through the mingling crowds, and head on over to the captain, who is kind of sitting with his arm up on the side of the bench, just running his tongue over the back of his teeth. He's clearly concerned about something.
Mhm.
Ah, comrades, you're the ones that Mist was just talking to, correct?
Yes, we were asked to help find Alex and send him your way.
Excellent.
Do you have anything that I could go on?
I know he was here a couple nights ago. There was a brawl of some sort, but no one's giving me any information, unfortunately. You'll have to ask about. He looks down. Yes?
You, did he have family that you knew of? Anyone he might be staying with?
Let me just double check. Not particularly. When you're inducted into the guild becomes your family. And as I remember, he didn't have much of a family before that. So I was looking forward to having him on my crew. Seemed like a bright
Was he,
soul.
was he friends close with anyone on your crew?
Hi. Jasmine. And he's going to snap his finger. And this rather diminutive looking girl comes over and almost immediately all of you are kind of struck by like the shocking red of her hair, and the fire glint in her eyes, and you notice that she is indeed a fire genasi. And like you can see her hair is moving, and you thought it was the wind, but it's actually live flame flickering back and forth. Hello, I'm Jessamine. What can I do for you? Tell them what you know about our dear friend Alex. She looks kind of awkward. As far as I know, there was just a bit of a ruckus, and no one's seen him since. But I'm sure he's alright. Has to be, right?
Does it look like she's hiding anything?
Oh, so I was gonna say, it sounds very
Insight
suspicious.
check.
Can I make like a perception check on her, please?
Alright.
Insight check. Anybody that would like to.
Insight, sorry. Thank you.
Let's see. 14.
14?
Can't I find my
Say-
stats thing for insight? I'm...
Say 12.
There it is. That is a 17.
12, 14, and 17.
Ain't nothing, and
She's-
nothing getting past these eyes.
She's visibly uncomfortable. She knows more than she's letting on.
Mhm.
But she definitely doesn't want to say it in front of him.
Well, we'll ask around some more. Ask some of the other
Can I?
crew members. Thank you for your help, Captain.
I quickly lean down to Jasper and say, very quick. I'm just like very subtly, like I'm behind. I'm gonna guess like the way it is me and Jasper are just slightly behind Theala at the moment, just ever so slightly.
I think we'll sort of step away, having thanked the captain for his help, and sort of go to the other tables. And when we aren't sort of standing directly in front of him, I'll pass a quill and a scrap of paper to Umbra.
So he'll probably, it's like you definitely know she's letting something on. If she won't reveal it around the captain, then maybe we could get her like away. So I'm gonna write down the address of where we're staying, not explicitly saying that we're staying there, but as like a a place to talk.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of the inn that we're
Lonely
at.
Knoll?
Sorry, can I have it?
Lonely Knoll.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna like write that down and maybe like just put down like I don't know, time, but like I'll just say like something along the lines of we know you've probably got more to say. Come here if and we'll probably be able to like help find him, or something along those lines of just basically implying we know that you know more, we can actually help, come meet us here. And then I'm just going to quickly like spritefully bound back over, kind of concealing the paper in my hand, and go to give her a handshake and say, oh, I forgot to do my manners and give you a little farewell shake, just something I do. And just like kind of like
the most
subtly hold it out.
inconspicuous,
Oh my
nonchalant
God.
gesture
Okay.
imaginable.
You can do a
We're
sleight of
doing our
hand
besties.
to avoid the captain noticing, but it's going to be a disadvantage because of that. Because it was so
God.
obvious.
The lower.
Yeah, it was
Not
so
thinking
obvious.
today, okay? Oh,
I mean, it could still work.
guys.
Should have done that. Oh, I think you dropped this.
No, because I got an 8 and a 10. So...
Okay, for a total of
Oh man.
And well, no, as in I got a 3 and a 5, but my
Oh.
plus 5, so
okay.
I got an 8 and a 10.
Eight.
So an 8 it is.
So I got an 8.
Oh my god.
You guys
Oh, maybe
see
stupid.
the captain furrow his brow. He doesn't say anything. He just like raises that one eyebrow and does not comment, but you know he's seen. And she awkwardly takes the paper.
Oh.
Thank you.
The other is just
Okay.
like looking at the captain. It's just like he's very gregarious. He likes to meet new people.
I see. Well,
You should have seen the last place we were.
Can
at.
I like smile up towards him with like puppy eyes and be like, just like handing out, I mean, if you'd like my business card, I can give you a business card as well. I'm a bard after all. I do like to perform. And I kind of like blink like cartoonishly. looking up at
He kind
him.
of gives you that long look that you've gotten a few times where people are like, "Are you serious?" Just like that long.
Dead ass.
Yeah, it's.
He's very good.
What?
I have no
Am I back?
doubt, but we already have a bard on our ship, thanks. And no offense, but if I were going to have a bard that wanted to do something sneaky, I'd hire one that could be sneaky.
I kind
Right,
of
so
like furrow
thank
my
you.
brows slightly, but as the artist seems to not want me to cause more of a scene, I just kind of like sad.
Thank you for your time, Captain. We'll be getting out of your way.
All those the scolded child.
All right. So what's the plan?
Wait, when is Jasper gonna get scolded this episode?
No, Jasper's too baby and sweet, and if it's gonna be
Hmm.
scolded, it'll be by mistake, and I feel like Jasper would just start crying.
Well,
so, like...
there's
Implying the owl hasn't been crying the whole time.
But Nessie, if Nessie gets scolded, I'm gonna stand up for Nessie because I feel like if anyone in this group gets scolded, it's gonna be Jasper. It's undeserved.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
really quickly, I'm gonna
One
go refill
second.
my coffee. So you guys come up with what you want to do. If you don't mind, I'll leave you up so that you can talk to the chat and everything, and I'll mute myself.
Brilliant.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So be right back.
In a sec, Sparrow.
Do feel free to theorize.
Plan gamers.
I'm gonna hit the loo as well.
Oh.
Same.
No, everyone don't leave.
Look, my loo is like right outside my door. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Hello, chat. I hope you're doing well. We've been for those who haven't seen or have missed the link, here is the Discord link where we constantly ship posting live goes on, way to provide more comedy and for me to like live slug react. We also have various socials. I'm just gonna do my mod duties and promote while everyone else is in the bathroom. So if you want to see updates on things, apart from as well Sparrow constantly updating people's stuff in the Discord, we do have things on her Twitter. If you want to view previous VODs of streams, especially if you've missed out on D based ones, he uploads them to the YouTube, and then of course there's how much she promotes stuff and does reels and things. And then of course the Discord is there too. So if you appreciate it. Sparrow works really hard for these. Her and her sister both, so I actually promote Fiverr, where Sparrow's sister does a lot of world building stuff, helps people out with lore and characters and things. Very cool. Considering how amazing Taeve is. Good quality. Thumbs up. But yeah, that's all the promotion. I'm sure more will come through. Gotta do my modly duties. I'll also be gaming. But I hope you're all having a lovely day or evening, depending on your time zone. But see what we're gonna do next. Umber is such a rapscallion. I honestly thought it would work. I thought I was being like, but the brain isn't braining too well today, and every time that happens, Umber seems to suffer more and more for it. Like, for those who missed it, we met a potion seller, and Sparrow said, take one sip of the potion, and I didn't hear take one sip, so I downed an entire bottle of just potion and had like an eldritch trip. And it was amazing, but it all happened just because half the time, sometimes I'll be on here and my concentration will be at like 40%, and I'm trying my hardest, guys. we're trying, but Umbra, intelligence is a 10 for a reason, because I'm just cursed and don't hear things. Thanks for funny content. We roll with the punches.
We did.
No, it really was. It was such a bad potion to test, and I didn't hear. Yeah, just take one sip. And yeah, I think I met an eldritch being.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure you did too.
I'm pretty sure I did. A handprint on his chest for like a day. It was kind of cool though. Definitely 10 out of 10 would do again. This time willingly. I thought it was just a
What's been
small
going on?
potion, but Umbra suffers for my hubris.
Yes. That
No,
happens a
I don't
lot.
think so. I don't know what that actual potion was. It was just a concoction that someone had made that I was gonna get Gil a Final Fantasy. I was gonna get like some coin for testing it out, and it was only supposed to be a sip, but I didn't do it. I downed the entire thing. And I've got another one I need to test out, which apparently explodes things, so we're definitely not drinking it. Decidedly, Umbra has decided.
No, we're definitely gonna make somebody else drink it.
No, I think it'll be really fun to like, yeah, if there's like a big bad or
Yeah, we should
does
make
but this is the thing.
Virilius drink it.
Kind of metal. It'd be like a potion, like
Yeah.
poisoning Ludo
Yeah.
moment.
Fulfill the
Potion-
fulfill the contract and dispose of the evidence simultaneously.
Exactly.
Potion
Also-
to blow up.
Potion of blow. I also want to know if you have to consume it or if like, there's
Like throw it like a grenade.
yeah, like in SpongeBob where he's got like the pie that explodes and the tiniest crumb like hits the counter and it like explodes the entire thing. I don't know if it's like that, where just like a small amount is like dangerous or you actually have to consume.
Mhm.
Okay, this is like one step to the left. I usually feel very like on the same wavelength as most of the people I talk to until somebody brings up SpongeBob and I'm like, oh right, I am very old. I never watched SpongeBob.
I never watched SpongeBob.
I think I watched like
on Nickelodeon all the time, like the same like 5 episodes all the time. I swear.
I have watched the band episode, and that was because somebody literally forced me to sit down and watch it one night, and that's all of SpongeBob I've ever seen.
If you were forced to watch any SpongeBob one, that's probably the best one to be forced into.
I mean, fair.
Like, I know I watched it, I could not tell you anything about it. I don't remember.
Hello.
I as a kid only watched CBBC and occasionally CITV because my parents didn't want to buy any paid channels like Disney Channel,
Oh.
Nickelodeon.
I watched a lot
Oh, yeah,
of
no.
I think it used to be called
Oh,
like
yeah.
Pop or Jetix for like kids, and I used to watch a lot of
Mm.
that because they had like Winx Club and Witches and
That was
amazing
still-
shows on there.
so far
sorry
after
to
my
so,
time.
sorry to interrupt you, Sparrow. Hello.
Hello. No, you're good.
Well,
It's all good. I was waiting.
Like so, I'll see people
You're
talk
right,
about, like, oh yeah, I
Ella.
watched Avatar like when I was a little kid, and I'm like, Avatar was on the air when I was in university.
I was
I think
I
about
was a little
that
bit older
so
than a young
often.
kid, I think.
But yeah, so we were talking about the potion to blow up your enemy.
Yeah, potion of bloat urine. And how I'm not going to drink it.
My sister finds that so funny, by the way. Because I tell her obviously what
What, that I-
happens and everything. That you just
What, that I
drank the
drink the whole
potion.
potion?
Yeah, just
I didn't hear you say take a sip. I didn't hear you say one sip. I just,
doesn't matter.
my brain was just like down the hatch.
It was
I
funny,
could've died.
and I'm sticking with it.
got
Yes.
content out of it.
Yeah.
My hubris gives Umbra the worst of
Hey.
times, but the best of content.
Mhm. Did it for the Vine.
Umbra did it for the vibe.
Ye oldie Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a reference I get. I get that one.
Remember
I understood that
Vine?
reference.
Oh god, I miss Vine.
No, I
TikTok is
reminds
not
me
the
of-
same.
there is this tweet where it's someone that says I miss Vine and someone's quote retweeted it saying Tarzan when he misses the branch. Just think of that all the time.
Tarzan when he falls to his death.
Oh Christ.
I miss Vine.
Christ.
Oh.
A vampire when he's trapped in a location without alcohol.
I miss
I miss
God.
Vine.
I do not drink Vine.
Oh, no. That was really funny because I haven't watched all of it, but because it's been a while, I rewatched the pilot episode of What We Do in the Shadows last night, and I forgot how
Oh
funny it
yeah.
was. I'm really looking forward to like watching the entire thing. So I'd only watched the first season.
I need to catch up on the current season. It does get real good.
But just that seems like such a What We Do in the Shadows moment when Sage was like, I miss Vine.
That's also a really good voice, Sage.
Yeah, that was
saying
really
that.
good. Your voice acting ability done me in the
thank
best of ways.
Okay.
I can only do it for really stupid jokes. What?
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Exactly.
I'm still learning to do mine. I can't see. I have this thing where some days I can do it on demand, and then other days it just does not happen, no matter what I do. It's kind of like a running joke in the VTM game that I'm in, that I made an Irish songstress, right? Because Irish was the easiest accent for me to do. What I did not take into account is that for almost 4 hours or 5 hours in the morning beforehand, I would be playing a character for a recording that has a southern accent. So as soon as I try to do an Irish accent, it becomes a southern one. Because I have it.
Southern. It's like me trying to do Waylon and everyone telling me like, oh, he sounds French. And I was like, oh, I was going for Russian, but French sounds just...
I can do exactly 2 different voices. Not accents, but voices on command. One of them I will not do.
Is it
Thank
Because
you.
You've already done it.
You've already done it in chat form.
I did it in chat form. I'm not going to do it. The other one is a voice that The other one is a voice that I had to use for customer service that thank God I don't have to do anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Customer service voice.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, this is my customer service voice. How can I help you? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to talk to you. I'm ready to
Yes,
play
of course you can have 2 extra
and
shots of
Dragons.
espresso in there.
Christ.
I need like a traveling salesman or a cleric that speaks like this, please.
Who is ready for trauma?
You lot will get so much trauma.
That is genuinely so good. That I would not
like
know that was you.
Yeah.
Legit.
I'm stunned.
I used to be paid a lot of money for that voice.
Oh, really?
Not as much as I get paid now.
It's just voice acting, but worse in every conceivable way.
Yes.
But one person walked up to my counter one day when I was just talking like this, and then I put on the customer service, and he stopped. He's like, "What just happened?"
What the actual fuck? Okay. Back to the session, if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
You've figured out your plan.
Oh,
did we?
Wait. No, because I was alright. So everyone else went to the toilet. So then I was doing
We're gonna talk to some more people.
And then I was talking to chat, and then everyone came back while I was talking to chat. So then we started talking about what I was talking about to chat. So
yeah, I came back to SpongeBob. So.
Right. Okay.
Right, plan, quick, let's go.
We gave that person, the Fire Genasi, a meeting place to talk if she wants to talk.
I think we talk to other crew members, both to hopefully lower the captain's suspicion of us, and also to pass time until hopefully we can talk to Jasmine.
Yeah.
Until we can talk to her out of earshot of him.
Yeah. I do. It's might be useful. I do also have an invisibility spell. That, like, if she comes and talks to us and does not give a shit, I can just follow her for a little while. And see what comes up.
Someone could... If, say, Umbra were to talk to him and just distract him for a while, you could use your invisibility thing and try to get it to talk to you.
Yeah, like I'm just looking through my spell list and I'm like, what is useful?
Bearing in mind, he's still a little bit upset that he got called not a good sneaky boy, so he is ready to like argue that point if he has to.
That's so fucking
What's
funny.
that? Oh, that's funny.
Can I just say, I was saying, like, my concentration is a bit fuzzy today, so I thought I was being really cool and slick, but turns out everyone just sort of
Yeah.
shoved this paper into my hand. Try and handshake
Okay,
it out.
in your defense, we are in a very particular bar. Complete strangers and outsiders. They were going to be watching us like a hawk anyway.
Yes.
And to
you
be
might
fair,
have you might have convinced him that you were soliciting her.
Thanks, maybe,
If that makes it better.
So that, yeah.
I'm not sure it makes it that much better, but fair enough.
Hmm.
At least it's not so obvious what was happening.
And let's
Yeah.
be fair here, the captain does not suspect you lot of doing anything to this guy. Like,
Hmm.
there's no real reason for him to be suspicious of you, he just thinks you're weird.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Hmm.
you're not going to be arrested because you gave somebody a piece of paper. It was just really fucking weird. It's just like, okay.
It would be
I will-
really funny if I got arrested though. At this point.
That'd be absolutely hilarious. Because you're the one
I'll
with all the
just-
money, so how would we bail you out?
That's true. God knows your parents probably.
You haven't even met their parents yet.
I'm afraid.
I have an idea of what they might. But I'd like to try and strike up a conversation with other members of the notice and see if I can glean anything useful from talking
Yeah,
to
just
Important point.
yeah, just kind of like talking to other people and getting some information if we can.
Important point. This is not the crew of the Notice. The Notice is a big
Oh.
fuck off ship.
Oh, okay.
For a quick bit of like background info, let me just get it up so I get it correct so my sister doesn't murder me. So you have like your major players in the guild. You have your admirals, of which Mist is one. And then you have your fleet captains. And they each can command these legendary ships almost. So the Notice is one of these ships. And from that, captains will join the fleet of these fleet captains. So the Notice is not a ship that
Right.
you're dealing with. If it was one of their
Right.
members, they would be handling it. This is like a low-level captain of
Right.
one of the fleets. Just for
And
clarification.
Yaren's like the equivalent of an admiral.
Yes.
Right.
But you can definitely
well-
talk to a lot of people if you'd like to. That's perfectly cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
my accent's gonna be
If
silent.
the other two want to do anything sneaky, wink, wink. No.
Yeah, I mean,
That's so sneaky.
how long does that last? 1 hour? Yeah, I could be visible for an hour and just kind of listen.
Okay.
See if anybody like says anything after Jasper and Umbra walk away.
Sure.
Do we want to do that?
You can do that.
Does that sound like a plan that works?
Well, I was
Right, I
thinking
know.
if you wanted to try and get Jasmine's attention, lead her away without catching anyone else's attention. But that was just an idea.
That is also a pretty good idea. I think while Umbra and Jesper are talking to different crewmates, the Olive will actually do that.
Crewmates.
I'm literally putting that in the ship first.
And they were crewmates.
Sorry. My brain is so rotten.
That's alright. Someone did, and they were tombmates for a vampire ship,
they
and
were
it was so fucking funny. So that's
Yeah.
lived rent
Oh
free
no,
in my brain.
I was talking about Among Us.
Yeah, I was
Ah.
also thinking about Among Us, gonna be real.
Oh, so I'm
Among
just
Us.
old.
God damn
Thanks.
it.
I mean,
Three?
no,
Fuck you.
no, I don't play Among Us, and I've never played Among Us. It's just
I have.
it's just funny
Meme
because
culture.
haha, it looks like crewmate from among us.
Yeah.
Crewmate. You said that.
So if you're by the same standard, that makes me old as well.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna be
Theo would do
24
that.
in less than a
While
week.
I'm 32, dude.
uh,
Sorry, Theo.
no, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, while they are talking to relevant people, Theo would just step away out of sight and go invisible to go and find Desmond to try and like get her attention to lead her away.
Okay. All right, so we'll run it separately. Who would like to go first? Actually, better idea to stop indecision. Team A is Umbra and Jasper. So, and Team B is obviously Theala.
Okay.
So, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher.
All right. So, I'm going to use a d20. If it's higher than 10, you guys will go first. If it's lower than 10, Theala goes first. Seems like a fair trade. That is a 19. So, Umbra and Jasper, you're first up.
That's 20.
What would you like to do?
I think we're sort of going to talk to the other crew members of this crew that Alex Anderson is part of, and sort of ask generally about, whether or not he had any friends or family that they knew of when they saw him, if he had any signs of potentially like being troubled or like hiding something, or just sort of a general, not asking anyone specific or any
General information
particularly
gathering.
specific question, just general information gathering.
Okay. So, what I will get you to do then is to roll a investigation check.
Okay.
Both of us? Or just...
You can do it as a group action, or one of you can help the other. I don't mind however you want to do it.
I help.
I have a +2 in investigation.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see. Mine investigation is only plus.
I
just
will.
roll dice
Do you want to do your own,
um,
or do you want to help?
I was going to support you.
All right. So that means Jasper, you can roll with advantage.
Roll with advantage. I just
15.
throw sand in your face again.
15. Okay. So it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of kind of like milling around in the crowd, kind of just listening, asking questions here and there. It's this very delicate social engineering that, well, Jasper, you're not particularly used to, but you've spent enough time with Umbra, and with Theala's ability to twist around and not ever give any information about themselves. So you've kind of picked up a habit of being able to talk your way around certain topics without being overt. What you're able to gather, there's a general reluctance to discuss this, especially with outsiders. But what you're able to gather is that there was a brawl that took place in the tavern the other night. Now, normally brawls in the tavern, they're fine. It happens, but the Shipwrights Guild is a family, and everyone in it would ride or die for everyone else. That kind of feeling. This was unique because there was a lot of animosity to it. And while the main participant was Alex, you're not sure he was the instigator, as it were. Sorry, I'm just getting the quest back up. I also have it written. Yeah. You're not quite sure, but there seemed to be some conflict with another crew member that is not present at the moment. But the last time any of them saw Alex, he had left the bar. And the crew member that he had the altercation with was seen drinking until morning. And so everyone sort of thought they'd shit it out. But no one has seen Alex since. You get the general gist of where they've gone, like what direction he walked off in. But that's all you're able to gather I'm afraid.
Do we know who it was that he had the brawl with?
Yes. You were able to get the name. Give me one moment.
Agent Smith.
No. You have been made aware that the altercation happened with one Says Carden. You don't have too much details. Again, they're not very eager to share any details with you, as you're not part of the guild, and they're very big on that. But that's what you're able to get. Says has not been seen around, but he's currently in the guild hall, if you wanted to go and see him. But they are quick to mention that he was here for the following night. Okay. So, Fiala, what were you doing, love?
I decided to take that opportunity to eat a snack.
Sorry.
No, oh no, you're fine. I did not chew fast enough.
Alright, I will just do the stream made battle. Hey, we won! Fuck yeah.
Hey. Dell is going to locate Jasmine.
Yep.
And is she like in a crowd or kind of off by herself or what?
At the moment she's in a crowd, but she's not really talking to anybody in specific. She's just kind of dancing around with people. Doing the whole pirate shtick.
Okay. Dell is going to kind of leave as much as they can to not touch anyone while they're invisible. And just kind of like tap her shoulder to get her attention.
She kind of glances around, like, tightens up, fists come up. You see, like, the fire just...
And just like the quietest like shh. And like on the ground, I assume there is so much dust and dirt on this floor. I'm just gonna like draw an arrow pointing to the door.
I'm gonna roll to see if she notices that.
Please God. Let me have this.
Yeah, she's pretty observant. Yeah, she'll see it. You see her jaw clench. Kind of looks around like very shifty. And then kind of shrugs into a rather worn leather jacket, ties it up underneath, just across under her chest, and is going to step outside.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, Fiala will follow and just draw like one more arrow like to an alley close by, just out of the way, out of direct.
You know how
view of
sus
any of the
this
big
is,
cats.
right?
I do.
I'll roll, but it's going to be difficult because it's very hard to convince someone to follow an unseen person into an alleyway.
She saw you,
like,
Vent.
Like anywhere that is not direct line of sight of the main crowd.
No, it's still going to be tough. I'm sorry. She's followed your instruction to come outside, but
that's fine. I'm just like, it doesn't have to be an alley.
all right. You know what? Roll me a persuasion. And
Okay.
if you beat the score that I just rolled for her, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. So that's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay, that'll do it. You see, she
We'd
kind
love
of
to see it.
punches the shoulders and is going to follow the arrow. But you do notice that her hands now rest on the twin pistols at her hip. She steps into this quiet side alley.
Okay. Okay, like as soon as she's in there, can I drop invisibility by will?
I would imagine so. I think it's a concentration spell, is it not?
It's concentration, so you can just decide to
Yeah.
drop concentration.
Yeah, I'll drop it like just hands up, open, no harm here. Sorry, I needed to.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Get the hell out of me. Also, this is very suspicious. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I just.
What do you want?
It looked like my co-host and I speaking to you earlier, and it seemed like you may have wanted to say more, perhaps, but couldn't. Um, I just wanted to let you know, my friend who gave you that paper is not for anything nasty or anything.
I hoped. Not the weirdest reason I've been given a piece of paper, and not the weirdest person to give me a piece of paper, but I appreciate the clarification. Hadn't had a chance to read it yet.
No,
I don't have any proof. So there's no point in saying anything about it, because you can't be sure. And I don't want to
oh,
smirch anybody's reputation, You know how important stories are.
yes. Especially among this crowd, yes, I understand. We're trying to find him.
Good kid. And he's going to make an amazing roommate. He looks around very fidgety.
We're just wanting to find him and bring him back to us, Captain. In one piece, that's all.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh, this dice did me well a minute ago. Let's do it again.
Let's fucking go.
Say 17.
Her jaws clench and then release. Her shoulders go from very tight, and she lets out a sigh.
Anything you know would help.
Look, I haven't got any proof. This is just the barest hint of an inkling, yeah? But
Of course.
Alex deserves better. He's gonna be family, and you gotta look out for family. Says he had an argument with Says the other night. And I've never seen Says get that angry, And I know I shouldn't have. But I may have overheard Says talking to some people. And I don't know what it was about. But that he had a problem that he was hoping to take care of. People he was talking to, though, they're from the Mercenaries Guild. Now, a lot of people get in trouble. A lot of people have debts to pay. And a lot of people from the Shipwrights Guild may employ mercenaries. It feels weird to me that, I don't know, he has that problem, gets in a fight, and all of a sudden Alex has gone missing. But you can't say anything, because, to accuse a fellow shipmate of doing something, even though he's not on a crew yet, to accuse someone like that could ruin them. And
Yeah.
sure, he's an ornery prick, but,
The timing of that is
weird. And I don't...
one more thing.
Yeah?
Did you happen to hear what they were arguing about?
Says doesn't think he deserves a fleet assignment yet. Well, doesn't think that Alex deserves a fleet assignment yet. Says he's too young. I think he's just butthurt that Miss hasn't given him one yet.
With an attitude like that, I can understand why.
That's what I said.
And the minute Theala says that, they are like covering themselves like, oh god, I should not have said that.
She lets out this peal of laughter, and it's this beautiful bright sound. And she kind of slaps a hand over her mouth, to quiet it. No, you're right. He's a prick. But he's one of us, And when you're one of us, you're in. Family.
Thank you. That actually helps tremendously. That gives me and my friends something to go on.
Bring him back safe if you can.
Try. One other thing, if you could. That paper that my friend gave you. I realize what I'm asking of you. Could you just burn that and destroy it, please?
She holds it up. Just burn it.
Please.
She blows on it, and her skin heats up. You see it catches fire, and the paper turns to ash almost immediately. I'm not sure why he wanted it, but hopefully he didn't have his details. Was a cute looking fella.
He is, but I don't think he's that interested.
That's fair. Not fun for
Thank
serious
you.
entanglements herself, honestly. Much more fun when you have a lot of ports to visit. And she gives you a wink.
Yeah, it was just like completely deadpan. It's like, yeah, that was just going to be a meeting place to ask these exact same questions, but I feel like time is of the essence, so the sooner I can find him, the sooner I can bring him back. No sense waiting for that meeting time.
Oh, of course, yeah. Please do bring him home.
Thank you.
He's one of us.
I'll try. Thank you, sincerely. I'll go a different direction so you weren't seen with me. That's very normal. Thank you.
Of course. And she's going to take that moment and head back inside the pub.
Yeah.
So would you guys like to meet up and exchange information?
Yes.
Okay. You're able to meet up outside the guild. You see, again, there's still a bunch of people passing by. It's getting towards midday now. You see a lot more people are a little more festive. You see large kegs of ale being brought in. You can tell they're getting ready for a party.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
So there was this says Carden that apparently Alex had a brawl with before he disappeared. Seemed like it got quite heated.
Yes, and seems like shortly after that he was seen speaking with some mercenaries to take care of a problem. Right before Alex disappeared.
You think maybe he sent mercenaries to intimidate Alex and to quit the crew? You think it might be something more sinister?
I don't want to say it's definite, but that timing is very coincidental.
Yes. It's worrying. Sparrow, have we been to the Mercenaries Guild?
Yes. You went. So I will refresh your memory.
That's what Judith was, right? Before she got
No.
like.
No, that was the Hunters Guild.
Oh, that
Hunters?
was Hunters
Yeah.
Guild. My bad.
When you visited the Mercenary Guild, you saw someone undergoing an initiation ceremony, where he was chained to the chair, and the guy put his hand on him and seemed to scar a brand into his chest.
Imagine being chained to a chair and has a man touch your chest. Dang, a Mercenaries Guild.
Umbra, your kink is showing.
History will say they were just very good friends.
Was Umbra trying to hide it?
I was drinking Sprite and it went up my nose.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm so
God.
sorry.
Coming out of my nose.
I'm so
I
sorry.
don't really relish the idea of going back to the Mercenaries Guild, given what we saw last time.
That's really kosher, but it's not like we walk upstairs directly and say, hey, did you hire these people?
Although, if we pretended we didn't suspect him of anything, and we just questioned him as we would the rest of the crew, then it looks bad for him if he gets defensive.
But how much time do we have?
I don't know. What else can we do? Go to the Mercenaries Guild and ask them details about a potential contract? I mean, knowing the guilds in the city, and especially the Mercenaries Guild, they're not going to help us for free.
Right. I guess divide and conquer. We could each take some of the crew around while eventually getting to Says.
I think it might be wise to question Says while there are other crew members around. Not
Yes.
necessarily his friends, but people whose respect he wants to keep. So that if he
Yes.
does get angry or defensive, then
Is that not what I said? Wait, that was like second guessing. It's like, wait, what did
I'm not sure. That might have been what you were suggesting.
I am agreeing with you, what I'm saying.
Okay.
May I make a suggestion before we finalise it?
Please.
From the meeting that we had when we were first given this task, we were also asked to potentially use our newfound connections with the assassins. Considering that they tend to operate in the shadows, they may also know some details, especially the workings.
I suppose that could provide fruitful. I hope they
To
don't
go and
count.
visit on behalf of everyone else, if I must.
I hope that doesn't count as a favour against our debt. But if, as Theala said, I suppose time is of the essence, and if they can help us at all, then it is worth pursuing it. All right.
It's Theala.
And Theo is just like, has no idea which is the right answer. Just very clearly overwhelmed.
Well, Umbra, the Assassin's Guild seemed strangely fond of you, so maybe you'd have better luck with talking to them and seeing if they know anything. And then Theala and I could try to see if we can find Des and ask him some questions.
With like a like irking sigh, he just goes, "Well, if I must visit them again, do my part."
I know it's such a trial for you.
Yeah, look.
Completely deadpanned.
What is that facial expression he's making?
Expression of he really wants to do it but doesn't want to say it because it'll be really obvious if he says it.
Oh. Don't really understand, but yes, yes, you have my blessing.
All right.
For a bit
No
of
time to waste
behind
then.
the screen thing, the assassins are not going to help you for free.
Yeah.
I can tell you
no,
that
I
right
saw
now.
that and I was
them
like,
to. I didn't expect them to. But
Okay. Just
the more
wanted to
we
get
build
that out
rapport
there
with them,
in case it changes. At the
What-
moment,
No.
I was looking at my inventory to see how much gold I had.
Well, the girl Eve seemed to like my stories. Maybe if I could entertain her, then the guild would be more amenable to helping us. Better than asking for something for nothing. Wouldn't you say?
yes, that I've learned anything from my somewhat short time in this city, and I guess just in life in general. Yep, Taeves for be the smart.
Maybe we should all go to the assassins.
I think they
Yes.
wanted to see us anyway after today's. Two birds, one stone, as they say. Maybe three at this.
Go do that.
hey, is there any music playing, by the way?
way?
I still hear the ambient noise, but not any music.
Okay. Just wanted to give a little bit of background music. Okay. So your plan, let me just lay this out, is to go to the assassins and ask them to help you find a person that the mercenaries may have taken.
More like asking if they'd. I was thinking asking if they'd seen or heard anything, not necessarily
Yeah.
asking them to work for us.
Yeah, just have you
Yeah.
heard chatter? Besides, I'm pretty sure that Eve wanted to see Jasper anyway, so it could kind of be a trade-off. We let you tell stories. Can you just give us like boilerplate information if you have it? I feel like that seems like a pretty fair trade in terms of equal exchange.
Okay, you can certainly try. I will give you a bit of DM thing here. They're not going to be that interested in talking with you, but you can
That's
certainly
fine.
try.
Mhm.
I just want to see him, honestly.
You just want to lay your eyeballs upon them.
All right.
The most wistful, heartworn. Yeah.
My throat
going to
also
look
really hurts after
respectfully.
choking on that Sprite. I'm gonna be like, oh.
Are you okay?
Oh, fair enough.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, it went up my sinuses.
Christ, I'm so sorry. It just
was
slipped
so
out, man.
funny. It was so funny.
Oh my god.
Makes funny jokes on Sprite, and it goes literally because I was swallowing it as you made me laugh, so it just went up my sinus. I think a little bit came out of my nose.
All I can think of is the Matthew Mercer thing where Sam goes, that's a 0. And Matt just chokes on his drink. He's like, it went in my nose.
Yeah.
Legit.
That's a 0. What? Let's take you to the Assassin's Guild. Getting there is
Yay.
a little bit
I-
more difficult than you remember.
I'm picturing like an overworld map of this city, and it's just like a quick travel.
Yeah. We're traveling by map, guys.
It's going to take you about an hour to get there from where you are.
You can't fast travel now, there are enemies nearby.
You're in
Oh.
Talmyns Eye. There are always
I wasn't
enemies nearby.
attuned.
Yeah.
I wasn't attuned. Yeah.
The Aetherites.
Fast traveling etherites.
Yeah, so it's going to take you about an hour and a half to get there from where you are. Okay?
Sounds good. What is the time currently in game?
About midday where you're at.
Oh my gosh, it's midday for me too, Bessie.
Hey!
What?
Mhm.
Okay. It's, like I said, you do make your way over. The journey long and the heat kind of battering down at you. People mill about, still thick and heavy. Seemingly speaking of some event supposed to take place soon. You're not quite sure what it is, but seems like a lot of people are talking about it. As you make your way, it seems difficult to find it again. You find yourself walking through the same streets once or twice, but eventually you lay eyes on the rather unassuming facade of the Assassin's Guild. There are no guards. There are no obvious sentries, but you recognize the place. On the door is a spider set in silver, kind of as a door knocker, basically.
I will knock on the door.
Takes only a moment before it swings open, and this woman dressed entirely in red, which you recognize as one of Nilenia's handmaidens, the Tenebrae. She opens the door, tilts her head, looks you all up and down. Yes, what can I do for you? Have you come to inquire about a contract?
Oh, kind of
back for one particular contract and maybe inquire about another.
Also, we well, more specific friend here, and I'll motion towards Jasper because I can't remember for the life of me if you were using an alias in this place. Friend was also summoned at the behest of Eve, and she personally requested for more stories. friend here is also to deliver on that part of our bargain, so to speak. Well,
See. Well, you may as well come in. You make sure not to trip the arcane walls. Mistress Melania will be very unpleasant. I will
Of course.
go and see if Eve is available. And then she's going to incline her head. And you notice as she walks away, her footsteps, even though she is wearing these boots, like with pointed stiletto heels, makes no sound walking on this ground. And I'll get all of you to roll me a perception check.
she's gliding. She's a ghost.
18.
18?
Pulling some Essex Thewas nonsense.
17.
17?
19.
19. Not bad.
Where were these rolls last session?
Yeah.
I don't
Where are
know.
These rolls.
I don't know, but it's very funny. You notice a couple things as you step inside. It is a lot quieter. And there is less of an overwhelming presence here. You would imagine that Nilenia is not in the house. Good. You would imagine that Nilenia is not in the house. The next thing that you notice is as the Tenebrae walks away, her hands do this curious little gesture, and on the barest edge of your hearing, you hear traps being disarmed as she walks. She is turning them off so that you can enter.
Mhm.
Curiously, she did not turn them off to come to the door.
Hmm.
And what was the highest roll? 90?
I think so.
Who was that for?
Me.
Yala?
Yella. You notice that the base of her stiletto heels, like the point at the back, seems to be far sharper than it should be. And you're not sure why, but you don't imagine they're normal heels.
They're literal stilettos.
You are invited in and shown to the same seating area that you imagine is where a lot of clients might reside.
Mhm.
But for the moment, you are left to your own devices. So you do not believe for a second that you are unwatched.
Yeah.
I don't want to get pulled into another contract if we don't have to.
Prefer that.
Not asking
Umbra's
you
like
to-
pouting, like, boo, you spoil sports.
You have a contract already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
We just
Things
want
like
to
it,
know
I
if
think.
they've. We just want to know if they've seen or heard anything that might be of interest.
You're not sure how long you wait here. The air is still and silent. Not tense, but there is this thrum of awareness. You are being observed constantly. And then the door opens, and it is one of the women in white that you saw flocking to Eve when Venera arrived on scene at the site with the merchant. She enters, hands clasped in front of her. Hello. Underneath the mask, so it's this kind of like hooded white hood with this very wispy veil. But underneath you can see that she has these beautiful jade eyes with fiery red hair that is currently hidden underneath this veil. She's dressed completely in white and flowy silks. Here you've come to
Hi.
talk with Mistress Eve?
Yes.
I'm afraid she's on an excursion with Venra at the moment. can let her know that you stopped by.
Yes, I have more stories if she whether she wants to hear them.
I will let her know. And she tilts her head ever so slightly. You came here for a reason, and it wasn't stories. You want something, right?
We do, yes.
What do you want?
We are looking for someone, and we believe because your guild is particularly well connected and perceptive that you might have seen or heard something that might prove useful in tracking them down.
There is very little in this city that we do not know about, in some form or another. However, such information is never given freely. Is your intent to pay for that information with stories?
I don't know. I don't know what we were expecting. I do know that. I know that Eve expressed an interest in my stories last time, and hoped that, as a gesture of good faith, I might be able to entertain her again.
A gesture of good faith. Interesting. Very well. I will pass on your words. Please wait a few moments. And with that, she turns and again glides away. Barely a moment or two. Sorry.
I was going to say, Umbra will just look towards Jasper when the door closes and go, well, I think that went rather well. You're quite the speaker. He means it genuinely, by the way, /Jen.
I was always
He
better
may sound sarcastic.
at writing, really, but thank you. I suppose if there's one thing I'm good at, it's being very careful not to offend people. I don't know if that's a good thing. From you, it seems.
No, I think it definitely is in a place. And I mean, like, gesturing, like, for the whole city, kind of, like, we need to take a leaf or two out of. You're just kind of, like,
Not
maybe,
literally,
like,
I hope.
along there.
I sort of put my hands over my protectively.
Aww. Don't worry, I would never dare deface or damage your way, considering that you have kept your end of the bargain of not knowing much about me and keeping that one incident under wraps. Any need to take any of it. There is a threat underlying in there. Just gonna be. Do not speak of the incident, or the book will be perished.
I'm looking completely like I don't know what you're talking about. There was no incident.
What is everybody's passive perception?
My passive perception.
Passive perception
12.
12?
12.
12 and Jasper?
12.
Okay. You don't notice anything. And you're just left to sit for a while.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine, totally. And there's like 100 eyes in the shadows behind us. I don't see anything, it's fine.
A few more moments go by. And then a low, familiar voice purrs out behind you. You know, most people when they enter a spider's den, they don't come back for seconds if they survive. That is Treya's voice. And he is so close behind you that his breath washes over your neck.
Umbra kind of like,
Sparrow.
thank
What?
you. This is making up for making me choke on Sprite, by the way. Not like turning around, but like, you know, when you kind of like glance in your peripheral, Umbra kind of gives like a knowing smirk and is just, well, one thing you ought to know about me is I'm greedy and I always come back for seconds, so
See,
here we are.
I'll have to keep that in mind. And he's going to lean along the back of this couch behind you all. You know, I almost thought you were going to be a little more interesting. But running straight back to the Assassin's Guild? Really?
It was only a polite courtesy to return.
Of course. And he's going to stand up, come around, and take a seat, almost lounging in the seat across from you. He wants to trade a story for information.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
You are, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, well within your right to suggest an alternate price.
Indeed I am. What would you do if my suggestion for an acceptable price would be your left hand?
My left hand?
Yes. Would you pay that price? Is that what this information is worth to you? Or better
You
yet?
mean that you mean like remove it from my arm?
Oh yes. His eyes get on this little maddened gleam. I can help you. You gotta be so.
I am rather fond of it.
Shame.
I miss. Just
Trey
happy
is
I decided to
fucking
go
with
back
everyone.
out. Oh, hell yeah.
Shame. What about you? Oh. Gonna look at you, Thiala. What would you give for information? Would you pay? Would you give your name? Your full name?
Yeah, we're just doing quick cost benefit analysis. Already done here. I could with a stipulation.
Setting limits. Do tell.
Only one.
What is it then?
We do not use it to leverage anything in the future.
So a name without tethers. Interesting. But I'm not sure. He's going to switch his gaze to you, Umra. What about you, pet? Would you give up those feathers you carry? This information? Is it worth that much to you?
Ooh. Umbra kind of crosses his arms. Aye, it seems I have a bed bug in my room if someone's on me in places where eyes should not see things.
You
I
need
must
better
say,
looks.
All information is something I can gather and glean many different. Even I have to unfortunately admit such things as those. Trading for, so unfortunately I could offer you other things in favors. And then gives him like a look up and down, sorts of other things, but I must admit, even professionals such as myself have to draw the line somewhere. I'm sure you have.
Indeed.
For yourself.
I do. One of them There's never help for free.
I think that's the philosophy.
Indeed. Tell you what. I have the perfect idea. I get a favor from you all. One favor, no questions asked, no answers given. And I'll tell you everything I know about this little contract. But be warned, if you enter into this contract with me, it is unbreakable. And trying to pixie on it will have lasting consequences. You could, of course, just go. Find out the information on your own. You're not worth a lot to us yet. But maybe you will be. In time.
I'm gonna look at Umbra. Like, I know you're excited about the prospect of making a deal.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Umbra's like, everyone else quivering in their boots. Umbra just sitting there, arms crossed, like, I don't see what the bad issue is here with this deal. Like, what is the problem? Why are you guys scared? Like,
I
If y'all
appreciate.
is like, y'all is just like cause a benefit, like, how fucking long are we gonna be stuck in this city?
I appreciate your offer. I truly do. And if I knew for a fact that this man's life was in danger, and the cost to save it was to give my left hand, then I would. But I don't know that. And I think I would rather take the chance and find out that information on my own.
A wise choice. Well, if you will not take my deal for a favor, no questions asked or answered, then I have very little left to entertain with you right now.
Thank you for your time.
Umbra will give a little, like, shrug and a sigh and say, a pleasure as always.
Most people think that. Up until... I think most of your kind call it a little death. But... you. Go on now, and heed my advice. Unless you have something of worth to offer, just don't bother. Or if you've been summoned, of course. I would never presume to question Mistress Millennia. But don't come back unless you need it. Because next time I might take it offensively that you walked into my home and basically wasted my time.
How much is your time worth monetarily?
An hour of my time, which you've wasted. You're looking at 6 to 7 platinum.
I don't think we even have any platinum.
No.
Why? Are you going to pay me for it?
No. I was going to offer my name with a bit of gold.
Your name, darling, is not worth that much to me. But I know you hold it dear.
It isn't worth much to anyone. Thank you for your time.
I'd be careful.
God.
That name will have weight today. I wouldn't be giving it out.
Thank you for...
He does this gesture with his hands, like a very "you are now dismissed" gesture. And as he does, the red woman comes in, kneels at his side, and begins to murmur into his ear. There is no change of expression. Nothing. See his jaw clench ever so slightly. I'm afraid I can no longer play with you. I have business to attend to. With that, he is on his feet and out. Not running, but very quickly moving.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose that's our cue.
The
I'm
red
going
woman
to
stands up
excuse myself from the table.
and show you out.
Thank you.
As soon as you step outside, there is that relief and a lack of pressure around your chest. It was very tense and very stressful in there. But now you can breathe a little bit easier.
No such thing as friends in Talmyns Eye. It's all money and blood.
Money, blood, and death. Yeah.
Oh, you're forgetting one more thing there. There's 4 things there: money, blood, death, and of course, cardinal sin. And that Umbra gives like a little bow. Maybe we should put that on a postcard and sell it. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry, one moment,
Nice.
please.
One day, I'm gonna remember that I have Fey presents that I can use.
One day.
I wouldn't try and use it on a high
Imagine
level
me using
assassin.
vicious
I think that's just
mockery on
asking to
them.
be killed.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Man, I need to get better locks, by the way. They're getting into our rooms, just so everyone's aware, by the way.
Sorry?
So I keep everything on my person.
Well, no,
That's
because
why
like,
Theola keeps. Theola keeps everything on their person.
they never get it out because like Umbra only has gotten those things out that he mentioned in his in room. That means that they're watching at all times, which also. Hello, sir. I'm getting better locks. That goes to the in room. I need industrial grade locks, please. Maybe some wards to keep out prying eyes.
Where else is there to look? Do we just go after says Carden himself? I don't think the mercenaries will be feeling terribly amenable to the idea of helping us.
They would look after them.
Okay, so I can sense you're a little bit lost. Would you like me to give you some options?
Well, we have options by the sound of it.
Yeah.
None of them sound particularly appealing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my throat's really sore, so I'm trying to have some ice cream to help it.
I think we try and find Says.
Okay.
Yep, let's find him.
Check at the guild.
Okay. It's gonna take you another hour and a half to get back, by the way.
What time of day would that put us at?
Probably about 2 o'clock, 2:30, give or take.
Don't really see a better option.
So,
unless we tried, like... How far away is the Mercenaries Guild?
closer. It's about
Closer.
40 minutes from you.
I mean, we could try spying on them, I guess. If we fuck
One
up,
thing
that
you
would
have
be
not done,
terrible.
by the way,
Yeah.
is you were given directions in which the victim was walking the night of his disappearance. You have yet to investigate.
Out of the tavern.
Out of the tavern and down the street a certain direction.
So we should go back to the docks, I think.
It's up to you. You could also get help from Mist or the captain.
Yeah, I think the best place to go is back to that general area.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know what I'll do? I'll call it there.
Okay.
because my throat is really sore. I know that we have a good 13 minutes left, but I figure it's a good stopping spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We simped.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you did. You're welcome.
Simped, we cried. We definitely
choked on
drank
some Sprite.
coffee a little too fast.
Oh yeah, you guys are fucking awake now for the rest of the
Yeah.
year.
Imagine like we all think that we're doing this slowly, and like for everyone else around us, it's just like chipmunk speed, speed running through stuff. We think we're being all cool and awesome, and then we'll just see like a playback later where it's just us like running down the street. Being like, we've got clues, guys. Let's go.
Like, it looks like we're misty stepping without actually misty stepping.
It's like we've got the haste spell like perpetually cast on us.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting when you crash.
Like one of those sped up GIFs.
GIFs.
They is sleeping for the first time in their life because elves don't sleep. So when they're like, what is this?
Did we have fun?
Yes.
Oh, always.
Glad.
I had fun convincing chat that I'm a naturally shy person.
Yeah, no one that does the Uwu voice that you do is a shy person.
And hey, I was nice. I didn't do it once this whole stream.
When we actually get strong enough for people to actually take us seriously, I so badly want to kick the shit out of Treya.
That I did not expect. Why?
He's just such an asshole.
Argument. Arsehole diagnosed.
No, that's fair.
AAAB assigned asshole.
Let's be fair. Umbra's into that.
Yes. I would let you go on a date.
God bless it. Who's gonna give Umbra away at the wedding then?
Oh, good luck.
I was thinking we would crash the date, but
That would actually be really funny. You're both invisible and just spying on me. Like you got those menus up, peeking through them. Like
We're invisible next to him, just like pointing blades at him.
Yeah.
You blink and then you just feel like there's a faint tickle at the back of your neck, and you see fucking Venra and Larissa just next to you as well. Like, go on.
I'm being like, I'm usually one for a party, but this is a little bit too much.
We're just like make small talk, stare deeply into each other's eyes, and then the rest of the Assassin's Guild is threatening us, and they're like,
what
you realise he's into this, don't you?
What it is true to form is it's Umbra on the state, Jasper invisible holding the knife, the Assassin's Guild holding the knives to Jasper, and then Theo is like 60 feet away watching. That's true to form.
It's like the Last Supper, like Renaissance painting, but it's just our characters in the Assassin's Guild.
Yeah.
Everyone with blades. Wait, is that blades in the dark?
Oh my god, I still have to run that. Oh god. I think I'm gonna have to start reducing some of the stuff I'm doing. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Please rest.
You need
Get to
to
sleep.
rest.
I do like a fraction of what you do, and I'm just chronically EP. I'm unemployed, so I'm just like, how the fuck do you do this? I do not know, but you get my kudos.
Thank you. It's called tying your self-worth to being productive.
Oh,
Despite what you want.
God, too close to home. Sparrow, too close to home.
Thank you for fully getting across what a bunch of assholes Theos family are.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Feels like just everyone in Talmyn at this point.
You have met plenty nice NPCs. Fuck you. Most of them are friendly.
Javier is nice.
Yeah.
Javier's nice.
Zezra,
Just as
Cradle.
nice.
Eve.
of Eve.
Well,
Such a
Eve
sweetheart.
is a literal child, and like half a dozen
Oh,
people have threatened us on her behalf.
But that's not her fault.
Children can be
It's-
assholes.
It's not her fault, but like everyone associated with her is even more of an asshole to pick up the slack.
Hero was thinking you guys absolutely adored them.
I adore them in the
I do.
sense that good villains are fun.
Wow.
And also, Umbra just adores them, just full stop.
Amen.
Oh man, but thank you though for realties.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Thank
really
you
fun.
guys for playing. I do appreciate it. You guys are always lovely to run for. I've just been scrolling through the fucking shitpost. Good god.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to see us shitposting during session, join the Discord. We also get announcements for whenever Sparrow is getting ready to stream and do other events, and sometimes she'll even do polls like what spooky movies to watch.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Wait, when did that?
I still have to fucking do that egg video. So for my subathon,
Oh
for explanation,
yes, the egg.
I set a really ridiculous goal that if I got, I think, 60 or 70 subs, I would crack an egg on my head and record that and upload it to YouTube. I've just not had the time or like ability to do so since that subathon. I've either been sick or booked out, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this, have a shower, and then get ready for this next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you done? What kind of horrible fate have you
Oh,
consigned
that
yourself
doesn't
to?
work for me. I can't do it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Stream elements. Get on the ball, stream.
Oh, okay. So, I will be live tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. at the same time this stream started with Final Fantasy Online. And then next week I will be... It's really weird watching myself eat on camera, by the way. Because my OBS is over here, so that's what I'm looking at, because weirdly enough, I make eye contact with the fucking avatars of you guys when you talk. Because that just feels polite, and I'm sitting there like, no
Oh, I
one
do
can see
that
me doing
too.
that. But would you guys like to plug your links, please?
Yes, my links can be found in like northern Russia and like northern Europe. It's this big cat, and it has big like fluffy paws for walking on the snow. Pretty cool.
No, I thought you were gonna make a Links Africa joke and say, "Oh, you can get it in
yeah.
like any like supermarket store, like
Yeah.
a Tesco's or an Asda,
Or-
you know, just in the deodorant aisle."
Or
Fucking
your
nurses.
every single one of your relatives will buy you like a box set of it for birthday or Christmas when they don't know what else to get you.
No, I get Dove. That's the one that I get from family. I don't know. So Dove, not Links.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm American.
We
and
should-
don't
we
get
should-
these
we should, like-
references.
We should like trade families. So I get all of the Dove products and you get all of the links.
Yeah, like, would you like a little Boxing Day exchange? I'll like mail it over. Here's your Dove.
My link is short and he has pointy ears and wears green and he goes, "Here!"
Yeah.
Amazing. There we go. We plugged them.
Like them.
I don't really have any links right now because I'm slowly making the migration to stop Twitter and move over to Blue Sky while it's still in
I
beta.
haven't gotten my blues.
Oh, if you guys need invites, let me know.
You've got
Yeah,
Victoria.
Divine Kate was lovely and gave me an invite.
We adore her. She's such a legend.
Amen.
Yeah.
Best part is she's not here, so she can't hear us talking like nicely. So
don't
I get
know,
to do
can
the
see-
Australian.
She's
What?
in the very limited community tab, and even though it doesn't show everyone that's currently viewing, her name is always on here, so I'm seeing it right now. So she might have you tabbed. So
That's so sweet.
eyes emoji.
Oh yeah,
Hi Kate, not to call you out, but I'm calling you out.
You're calling me out for being
Actually, no,
one
this-
of
look.
the wonderful people that we know.
I wonder if this.
Yeah. I'm also rearranging my schedule, so hopefully I can start streaming again, because I have
Yes.
games I want to play.
Yes.
Yay, I'm hoping to get back in.
Like,
You guys do.
I want to play a Ninja Turtles arcade game, and I want to play Slay the Princess so bad.
Oh, I've heard about Slay the Prince.
The narrator is Jonathan Sims, who is the writer and lead for one of my favorite podcasts.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
Speaking of podcasts, that great time. Did you know that this week we would like to shout out Game Master Monday, who are currently running an amazing podcast. They've got like 3 different types of podcasts that they're running. And honestly, their shit is so good. It's so addicting. Like, it's their last episode. Fucking, like, I was listening to it and I'm like, okay. And then those last 2 minutes, I was like, okay, what? So definitely, go and check them out. The link is on my Twitter or X, whatever. They were very lovely and shouted us out earlier this week. So
Elon Musk can never pay me enough to call it X.
No,
no,
it's Twitter. Emoji.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The way I pronounce GIF, I was like, God himself could come down from heaven and say it's pronounced GIF, and I will look him dead in those holy eyes and go, "Thank you, Jod," and walk backwards into hell.
Thank you, Jod. Thank you, Jod.
Exactly.
I love that. Thank you, Jod. Jod.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So,
That joke was pretty genius, not gonna lie.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about these Jaffs. These Jaffs and these Juifs.
oh God.
Is this better or worse than my other bits?
I don't know.
I feel like you two just need to have your own little like comedy duo act. I swear to God.
God, I think I just need to get you guys on a podcast show. Like, just do a podcast, just talking to you guys about like D&D and all that shit. 'Cause that'd be a lot
No,
of
but
fun.
then if we do,
I
I keep
do.
thinking
Yeah,
about
with
that
it-
because I don't know if you've seen
Within
on Twitter,
5 minutes, we go down like a different, completely media content.
but it's our podcast, so we'd be able to do whatever we wanted. But
That's
it
true.
reminds me of, I've been seeing on Twitter, there's this like historic gun that's going around, and it has like 4 evenly spaced barrels, and everyone keeps calling it the podcast shotgun. It's like, oh no, there's 4 of us here.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Is that one, or everyone's just saying so long, Weezer? And then I'm just like,
Oh god.
Okay, the quick thing that I need to mention is that I've been called for jury duty. Not next week,
Oh.
but the week after.
I've never been called for
Oh,
jury
boy.
I've
duty.
been called 5 goddamn times. It is now a
5
running.
times.
It is a running joke in my family because nobody else in my family has ever been called for it, and I've been
Yeah.
called 5 separate times. I don't get it. We don't understand, but it's very funny. So if I end up, obviously I'm going for it, and I understand, and I'm a big fan of like the fact that it is an important part of our judicial process.
Yeah.
It's just going to fuck up a lot of my time. So if I do end up getting called for that, there will be a number of weeks where I may or may not be able to stream, but I will keep everybody updated, or streams will have to be
Okay.
shorter than usual because
Alright.
it can be a 9 to 5 thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's done
Um,
jury duty, but I know people that have, and I know it can be very consuming and taxing. You have to be careful because you can't
Yeah.
like, talk about any of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
You
like
mean
and-
jury duty?
yeah,
Mm.
jury duty.
jury.
I think my state has it figured out pretty well because if you get summoned and then you show up and like you do the thing, even if they dismiss you, they cannot summon your name for another 2 years.
Yeah, that happens to me.
Oh, that's great.
So I got called
Oh god.
and I went in once. The other times I was either at uni or I was
Oh, so you
doing
had
something else. Yeah, so I've got in once, and then the trial got cancelled, so I wasn't needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 5 times. This makes a 5th time. I don't get it. I'm like, I'm not that. Guys, come on. Please.
I
don't wanna do
I can
this.
always get out of mine though, because like we have to like fill out a questionnaire here of like, you know, blah blah blah, like job and what we do and everything, just in case there's like any kind of conflict of interest. And then there'd be like an empty box or like, is there any reason you can state that you cannot perform jury duty? And I will always put, I work night shift, I would not be in a good state of mind to perform jury duty.
That's fair.
And then I'll sit there for about 2 hours and they'll be like, leave. Get out.
Go.
And then they don't summon me again for another 2 years.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Maybe they're calling you
Maybe
so
they're
often
calling
because
you-
I'm a joy to be around. I wouldn't be a joy
You
to be
know
around
what?
in the
Maybe.
intro. I
I think you
it's-
could brighten up a room.
Oh, that's really sweet. It's not going to save Theala.
Oh no.
Theala is
No,
going
I
to
wasn't-
suffer. In the best
Correct.
possible way.
That is why I created them. But will it save me space?
I don't know. But I'll work on getting that light so that you can read. I feel like that's a fair thing
Oh,
to ask
thank you.
for. All right, my
That's
loves.
so thoughtful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love to help. All right, my loves. Let's find somebody to raid. Honestly, I kind of want to raid Chloe, but if anybody has any suggestions, I would be happy to do that too. I see that Aussie is live. We could raid them.
I
don't
got
have
nothing,
any
Raid. Who
particular
you want?
suggestions, but yeah.
Nobody I know is online right now, so
Yeah. All right. Let's go send some love to Aussie. I know them IRL, so obviously I'm not going to share details about that. But I mean, obviously, if you guys wanted to ask me in private, I will tell you. No, with stream, because stream people get weird about stuff like that. You know how
I
many?
deeply value my privacy, so like yeah.
You know, man, how many people have DM'd me asking for my sister's number?
Don't like that.
Like, no. No. If you want to commission her for actual work, she has a $5. I am not going to give you a personal number. I would be a terrible sister, and I would honestly, she would murder you if you displeased her. Like, if you stepped out of line, that bitch has a right hook that can lay men flat. It's great.
I feel like she would also murder you for giving the number out.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead. Straight away.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, thank you for stream and session.
Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's start the raid for Aussie. Send them some love. Let's make sure I've muted the site so that you guys can't hear it. They're currently playing Demonologist, which is a Phasmophobia thing, I believe. I'm not sure. But it is a spooky game. Anyway. I will be live again tomorrow. Thank you for the great stream. Have a good night. Sorry about the compliment. Why would you be sorry about the compliment? I appreciated it. Thank you. Yeah, why are you apologizing for that, love? But yeah, I will be live tomorrow from 8:30 p.m. with some more Final Fantasy. I'm very tired.
Final.
You can check out my lovely friends. No. I don't mind if you compliment me. That's fine. It's when I try and read like those really nice things that you write in that big paragraph. I appreciate them, but it's also really weird for me to read them about myself, like out loud. So you can compliment me all you wish. I don't mind. It's the long ones I just don't want to read out because I feel really self-conscious, if that makes sense. But you're fine. I would tell you. Yeah, so I will be live tomorrow with Final Fantasy. You can check out my lovely friends at their various links when they're live. I will probably be shouting them out as soon as I see them on Twitter. Yeah, so send some love. Make sure to. Oh, they're gone. We're just raiding.
Yep.
There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
I didn't even get to do my outro, man. But I will do it now. If you guys could say hello to Aussie while I do this, but thank you all so much for watching. And I will make sure to drink water, eat food, take your meds, and do not, under any circumstances, lick the demon that you summoned to piss off your neighbors, because, as we all know, consent is indeed consexy. And I will see you all in the next one.